All right, here we go. Welcome everybody. Welcome to the Tonight Show. That's a bad dad joke, but that's the best I got. So, appreciate you guys being here. This is the GoBabyTrade special edition masterclass with Saint Simon Says and Mr. Allan Staple, the better known as, which you guys are all participants of, the Staple Crew. I'm your host, Edward Pereira. We have multiple hosts, so we're all hosts. Edward Pereira, my good friend and business associate, Attila Hevesy, Mr. Saint Simon, and Mr. Ed Barsano. And I believe we may see Mr. Staple if he comes out of the woods with his dog.
That's confirmed. He will be here. I just sent him a message. He hit me back. He's got to tie up loose ends. He says, and I quote, "I'm assuming it will be a 2-hour show."
Well, he's assuming
Ed,
it's three.
Ed says three.
There you go. There you go.
Wonderful.
All right. Well, welcome everybody. We'll get started, and Alan will jump in on us. I'm going to share my screen and set some basic expectations of what you're going to see tonight. If you're new here, welcome. If you are a repeat offender, as my partner Attila says, then welcome. This is great to have you here. You could be doing anything that you wanted to, but you're here because you appreciate the education, you appreciate the opportunity to share and prosper. And so here we go. All right. Word of the day. Let me just give it a second to populate. Transformation. You're not here because you got nothing better to do. You're here because, particularly if you're new and first time seeing this platform and meeting with us, you're here because you're expecting a transformation. People don't do things just because they want to do things. They do it with the expectation of a transformation. Well, you're in the right place, right time, right opportunity, perfect time in the universe to do just that. You're going to see about a 45-minute overview and deep dive of GoBabyTrade, the autonomous crypto trading platform and money management being the key phrase that you won't see anywhere else on the planet. You'll hear a lot of people talk about, oh, they've seen this and they've got bought this and bought that and they've been doing this and that and the other. And that's okay. It's great. But it's not a full money management system that has 25 years of optimized performance to the point where it literally works in your favor 24/7, 365. As a matter of fact, Ron Simon, I don't know whether you saw or heard, but Ron said he calculated it all the way down to you're paying this thing as if you had a whole room of professional traders in your basement, 13.7 cents an hour to professionally trade for you. You're going to get an opportunity to see what I call the $1 billion report, which is a magical report that's within the system that identifies optimal trading opportunities based on volatility. This machine, this platform eats volatility. There's nothing like it. You get a chance to speak with Einstein himself, who has spent the last 50 years programming, not being a postal service gentleman, delivering in the rain and the snow. Thank goodness for us. You'll get a chance to see a live demonstration. You'll see my trader, which I have created a simulator, and I'll tell you why I did it. It was based on the $1 billion report, but it is showing, I did it to show how powerful the tools are, not just the trader, but the tools that you get to use inside the trader. You'll see Mr. Barsano's, one of his accounts, live. By the way, it's a good time to mention that it doesn't matter whether it's simulation or whether it's live trading, the machine does not know the difference. When you buy the trader, it automatically goes into optimized simulation trading. You can take it live. We can show you. We've got great videos. We've got 6-star white glove support. You've got support all the way around with Mr. Barsano and his group, with Attila and Financial Intelligence, with St. Simon, and with, we've got like the Fantastic Five. You'll understand and you'll walk away tonight, hopefully informed, hopefully with great knowledge that you can carry forth. And please do spread the word if you decide that you want to come back, and you can come back every 2 weeks and see and hear, learn more, ask questions. We're all available. And you're going to understand why it truly is a set it and forget it platform, right? My mama told me if it was too good to be true, it usually is, except for this one. This one sounds too good to be true. And if you scratch your head and see things tonight that appear to be too good to be true, here's the good news. Everybody here is here to inform and share knowledge. We're here to share fact. Everything that we tell you along the way is based on factual performance. That's it. I'm going to go one more slide. Shield your retina because it's going to blind you. Okay? All this stuff in red is just to say that we're here for informational and educational purposes only. Nobody here is a certified financial professional, investment advisor, tax advisor, lawyer, legal advisor, or any derivative thereof. We're simply here because we have something that works. We want to educate as many people as possible, as quickly as possible. You couldn't be in a better place at a better time in what we call this crypto and decentralized finance market. It doesn't get any better than this. You're here at your own volition. Whatever you see is at your own risk and is as is. I actually have to say all that stuff out loud because we don't want anybody coming back and saying, Simon promised me.
They're going to say that anyways.
They're going
to say Simon said, like it's like this, it's like a unwritten rule of the playground that carries on through adulthood.
Well, you asked for it. So with that, I'll turn it over to my trusty cohort, Mr. Attila Hevesy. He'll give you some background, and as I always say, put your 6-point racing harness on because you're going to see things. If you haven't seen them yet, you're going to see things that are going to cause you to potentially fall off your chair, and we don't want you to get hurt.
Yeah, thanks,
Mr.
Edward. Thank you, Edward, for that introduction. And folks, my job is simply to let you know how it is that I came to meet Mr. Barsano in 2012 and a little bit about my background. So I am Attila Hevesy. I'm here in Florida, and my background for most of my life has been financial services. I was a financial planner early in my career. After 5 years, discovered that's not something I wanted to continue for a long time. So changed gears, helped raise money for various projects, startups, mining projects, various things. But I don't want to bore you. Let's fast forward to September of 2020. And that's when I was in the right place at the right time. And I actually said to myself, you know what? I missed the internet revolution. There's no way on earth I'm missing this digital money revolution with blockchain and crypto and AI and decentralized finance. It's just way, way too intriguing and interesting and way, way too lucrative. And I wasn't going to miss another big one. It's about disruptive technology. That's all this is. Very disruptive. So bottom line is Mr. Barsano, our special guest, got out of the Navy and was hired as one of the first 350 programmers for Microsoft Corporation, right from Bill Gates. 1985, we're talking. That's many moons ago. But he did extremely, extremely well and was well respected there for over almost 10 years. Retired a young man. But I I almost said it again. I used to say unfortunately for us, but unfortunately for him, but really fortunately for all of us, he got creamed in the stock market in 2000 with the crash. And the reason I say fortunately is because number one, he realized what a rigged game it was. And number two, he committed at that point in time to level the playing field so that anybody and everybody, the average person, can make money in the stock market without gambling and have a fair shot, more than a fair shot of making money almost daily in their sleep. So in 2000, 2001, he launched a fully robotic autonomous stock trader. And what was unbelievable about that is once you got that downloaded, it took about an hour and a half. It was a little cumbersome, but once you downloaded it and set it up, Man, this thing just performed like you wouldn't believe. I mean, it traded for you all day long. While the stock market was open, it turned itself on when the market opened, turned itself off when the market closed, and in between, it did everything that a professional trader would have done in front of the screen, except it was doing it for you without you having any screen time at all, which was, it's amazing now. Can you imagine 25 years ago how amazing it was? So, yeah, right.
Yeah, I can.
Yeah, it's crazy. I met him through a mutual friend who in 2012 said to me, Attila, I came across a gentleman. I got a question for you. You got to meet this guy. How would you like to make money in the stock market without doing anything? And I'm like, what the heck are you talking about? That's not possible. He said, yeah, come meet this gentleman. So I met Ed Barsano through his introduction. And about 20 minutes into the conversation, I said, okay, time out. Ed, you could stop talking. I want to own this. I could see the writing on the wall that this is legitimate. You've shown me enough. And I bought the trader, and this thing rocked. I mean, this thing was unbelievable, made me money. And then actually, back then, I even helped them market it somewhat. And there was a marketing company that helped Ed sell $16 million worth of licenses from 2012 to about 2014. But partnerships are tough. And there were some issues. So Ed said, you know what, I'm going to protect my brand. I'm going to go back to being solo. And he did. And in 2018, sold out to a hedge fund that had purchased many, many, many licenses from Ed before that. Now, this is where the story takes a little bit of a turn because about 19, 20 months ago, I was at my desk, had a little bit of a rough day at the office. And I'm like, I'm a cash flow guy, folks. I must admit, I love cash flow. When I was young, my parents said cash is king. I think that has changed and morphed into cash flow is king. And I had tried 5 different projects in the DeFi blockchain crypto space in the previous 3.5 years to 20 months ago. And I lost on all 5 of them. I mean, I made a lot more money at the end of the day overall, but in 5 projects, I lost my butt.
Mm.
And I'm thinking, like, how can I just continue to have my crypto make crypto on itself in a safe and secure environment? And it took me a full day, but then it hit me the next day right here between the eyes. And I said, oh my God, totally forgot about Ed Barsano and his stock trader. I'll bet my life on the fact that somewhere along the line, he has developed in the last 3, 4, 5 years a trader for crypto. And I still had his phone number in my iPhone, and I called him, tracked him down. We spoke for 3 hours,
Standard.
and yeah,
Ender.
oh, it was a three bottle discussion, but 3 water bottle, 3 smart water discussion.
Yeah, three smarts. There's a three smarts conversation.
Yeah, but anyway, he confirmed, he told me a lot of very interesting things on that call. One of them was that he confirmed my hunch that in April of 21, he started from scratch and he launched a crypto trader for the world. And I was like, oh my, that's music to my ears. Tell me more. And he told me it was light years ahead of the stock trader. And I said, why? And he said the following 4 things. Now, listen closely, folks, because this is where the rubber meets the road. First, he said, Attila, you know as well as I do, if you want to make money in trading, any kind of trading, you got to have extreme volatility. There's no asset class on planet Earth with more volatility than crypto. And I said, yeah, I agreed. I mean, that's a fact. The second thing he said was the stock market trades 5 days a week, 6 hours a day. Crypto's 24/7, big advantage. I said, I agree again. But number 3 and number 4 was what really rocked my world that night. He said, number 3, I made it web-based. It's not downloadable software. I didn't know exactly what that meant, so I asked for an explanation, and he said, look, if you buy the license again, like you did in 2012 with the stock trader, I could have you connected to your Coinbase in less than 10 minutes. I said, get out of here. He said, yeah, try me. So I said, giddy up, let's go. I bought the license on the spot. In about 8.5 minutes, I was connected via API to my Coinbase, and I went live with just under 10 grand. Now, folks, I got to tell you, that blew me away because I remember 2012. It was nothing like that. But number four, because of what I said 5 minutes ago, is the most important thing to me and should be to all of you, and that is this. He said, Attila, I created an API connection where this connects simply to your own Coinbase or Kraken account. So guess what? Who controls your money 100% of the time? You do. And I sat there and I said, man, Ed, that is a beautiful thing. That's the magic. You got to have safety and security of one's funds. And we have that here. Mr. Barsano can't touch your money if he wanted to. The trader doesn't hold your money. It's at your exchange level. So I said, Ed, we got to bring this to the world. We got to share this with the world and get the word out and go climb the highest mountaintop and yell off of it that this is even available so people know. And he said, okay, let's do it. So before I introduce you back to Edward for 1 minute, I want everybody to keep two things at the forefront of your mind. Number one, when we say set it and forget it throughout this presentation, please take it literally. There's absolutely zero screen time necessary. Once you get this connected via API to your Coinbase or Kraken, there's nothing for you to do. Now, if you've got a lot of money in there, over 100,000, and you want to make sure your settings are okay, that's a little bit more money than the average person's going to trade with. If you got to reach out to the man at the top, have a little convo with him, conversation, okay. But other than that, you don't need to touch anything. You don't need to do anything except count your money at the end of the day. Number two, please, please, please understand what this man has brought forth to the world. No one's ever done this before, folks, without any of you being an accredited investor, without any of you knowing anything about crypto, without any of you knowing anything about trading. Gosh, you really hardly have to know anything about computers. You can now make money in your sleep and automate a portion of your financial life. I subscribe to the theory of Warren Buffett. He said many moons ago, he said, if you're not making money while you sleep, you're going to work till you die. And this trader solves that issue. It literally will make money for you 24/7. Now, it's not necessarily going to take profits every 24 hours for you consistently, because like now, it's market dependent. For the last 5 days, my trader has only taken one profit because everything's going down. But the trader's still working. It's buying more inventory for me. It's still doing exactly what it's supposed to be doing, building my inventory and my future profits. So with that, we're going to introduce Mr. Barsano in a few minutes. I'm going to ask Edward to come back on. Edward, share what you were going to share about your paper trading account. You made a adjustment about 7.5, 8 months ago. Share that with the folks because it's pretty mind-blowing what this thing has done since.
Yep.
If you don't mind. Yeah.
Absolutely. I forgot to mention just a little housekeeping.
Yeah.
Please do chat amongst yourselves. We left the chat open. I see good interaction, but I also forgot to mention that if you have a question, please do put it in the Q&A section so that we don't miss it. I did mention that we were going to click that button below, and then once we get through with the presentation, we'll open it up to Q&A and potentially some live interaction. But we don't want to miss your question, so please do. I see a couple of people who put it in there already. So let me get to my trader. Here we are.
Yeah. We'll let you know when it's up. Share your screen.
Okay.
Oh, by the way, in a few minutes, when Edward's done with this and we introduce Mr. Barsano, Edward will be putting in the chat, if you're new tonight and you want to take advantage of that special $1,000 discount and buy the trading license, you could certainly do that with the Staple Crew link. You save $1,000 off the normal price. Number two, there's going to be 2 customer service email addresses. Feel free to try the first one that starts with support at Financial Intelligence for You. That's where you should go. Now, if you got something uber complicated, then go straight to corporate, which would be support at GoBabyTrade.com. But we can answer most of your questions first. And then don't forget, the trader has the intuitive AI that you could click on. There's no answer that you can't find on the site. It's amazing. Yep. Okay.
Yep. And I will be posting all of that, as well as a repository where you can see this replay whenever you want to. It'll be on the Financial Intelligence for You YouTube channel, and we'll send you there. And then we also opened up a community that of like-minded people. You can jump into that. All no obligation, no sales pitches. It's just a way for us to communicate as a family about the trader, directly in support of the Staple Crew. And again, great to have you here. So
one more thing, just in case anybody is confused. Edward and myself, and of course Simon, we are the support system and the educational system on behalf of Allan Staple and the Staple Crew, as far as it pertains to the trader. So if you've never been on here before and you're like, who's this Edward guy and this Attila guy? Who are they anyway? Sometimes people are wondering. So I want to make sure you knew who we were. So anyway, go ahead.
I'm a developer, so I don't really I don't talk too well to the public. I talk to computers.
Well, we'll let you get a word in edgewise here shortly. All right. So what you're seeing in an overview. Remember, go back to the beginning when I talked about the $1 billion report. The $1 billion report. I'll quickly flash it up here. I won't go through a lot of detail. It's actually called the high trade count. So this will go through, but this is where I selected the coins that you'll see in the trader, and I'll tell you why that is. On a monthly basis, Ed and his team assemble all like little elves in the background working on Christmas toys, trying to make you money. Everything is focused on providing additional value, and that report comes out once a month. That highlights and articulates the highest trade counts, which means the most volatile coins that are available for trade in Coinbase or Kraken. The reason for that is it gives you the opportunity. A lot of people ask, there's two questions, which we'll cover the second one here a little bit later. The first one is, okay, if I buy this thing, how do I know which coins to buy or trade? Well, that report can be sorted 6 ways to Sunday. The default port is showing you those coins that have successfully, profitably traded. The reason why I say profitably traded is one really important thing to know about this software platform and money management system is it's programmed to never, ever, ever sell at a loss. If the market dips, it buys more inventory. If the market spikes, it sells that inventory off, but it will not sell at a loss. It does not use leverage. It does not short. It simply is made to chase the money. So on the left-hand side, about 8 months ago, when Mr. Barsano's team came out with the $1 billion report, in the top 10 were Bonk, Ondo, Pepe, and Whiff. Probably not a surprise. They are some of the most volatile coins. All I wanted to do was use this as an example of taking value that came out of the report and putting it into action. Now, we'll go over all the details that you're seeing here. Mr. Barsano will cover that, but I did want to highlight that in just a little bit over 7 months, hands off. Now, I started this account with $100,000. Granted, it's down because we've got a lot of open inventory. You keep hearing us say open inventory, down is good. Right. But in that period of time, it has taken $46,110.81 off the table in pure profit that no one gets back but me. Mr. Barsano frequently says it's his job to make you money. It's your job to spend it any way that you want. So with that, I'm going to turn it back over. I know you have a lot of questions about this.
I would like to talk about your screen if you have a minute.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Go right
ahead. Go ahead, Ed. The floor is yours. Go ahead.
All right, thank you.
Yeah.
Over here on the right, on the top right, where it says open positions P&L, like the first one is down $20,000. That's his open inventory of Bonk. But he's taken, to the right of that, he's actually taken $13,480 off the table in profits. Now, see, if you were a buy and holder right now, you would be down that $20,000, but you weren't trading, right? If you were just a regular person that doesn't have GoBabyTrade. So you would just be down $20,000 and that's it. whereas his account is only down what, just about 7,000 if you subtract that 13,000 of profits. Go down to whiff, the fourth one down. You've you've you're down 17,000 in your open inventory, but he's taken 13,000 of actual profits off the table. If you subtract the difference there, he's only down 4,000. So it's okay to be down. Don't look at this and say, well, the account is down. Yeah, the account's not getting hammered. The account is holding its own. Plus, it's punishing the market because he's bought all this inventory all the way down. So he's got inventory no matter where the coin goes, he's always got inventory to sell off. So it doesn't matter where it goes. You don't care where it goes. You're following the price wherever it goes. So when this market every time the market, that coin tries to make a 5% or a 10% jump up, he's got inventory that sells off. The closed positions just keeps building up. It never goes down, as Edward said. It just keeps going higher and higher and higher forever, as opposed to the open positions P&L, that inventory, that's just a number going up and down. That's just going up and down with the market. So
here's a perfect Punisher example. Today at 9:12 a.m., right? You're looking at the market down 5, 3, 6, 4. Where the hell did this profit come from? Well, 9 a.m., it bought a position of bunk, 82,367,171. All of a sudden, unbeknownst, invisibly, because this trades on a millisecond basis, there is nothing that can happen in the market that gets away from this trader. Well, look what happened. 30-ish minutes later.
35 minutes later.
It sold a position. How do we know it's the same one? The exact inventory match. Well, it took a profit, and then the market started to retrace. Look what it did. It bought it back again. So if it wasn't trading, you would have bought and hold. You wouldn't have taken this profit. And then it decided, oh, wait a second. I'm going to buy it back, and I'm going to wait for it to spike again. That's all it does.
You took free money, and then it went back down. Thank you.
Yep.
What a joke. The market's an insult to humanity.
Well, not unless you got some really cool toys like Batman, which turns out we do. Ed, you're mentioning there that you're on the total P&L, you're down down $6,000, $7,000, $4,000 at the bottom, right? I mean, the real reality is you're not down anything because
you're up $46,000. You're up $46,000 is what you're up.
Yeah, exactly, exactly. Like I know some of you that have this that are in the chat. I know I've helped out individuals kind of get clarity. I'm like, yeah, that's a negative number. Just saying, hey, the price, all your inventory at today's spot price minus the awesome profit that you got, you would technically be negative if this thing, or you sold everything. By the way, this beautiful autonomous trader does not sell at a loss. It just waits for the market to go ahead. Are you going to go up yet? No? Okay. I'll wait.
Well, if you would have just bought those shares, and then your account would be down to 35,000 instead of being at 81,000. You'd be 46,000 lower than what you are at right now.
That's right. That's right. Yeah, realized a realized loss. That articulates a unrealized down loss, view. Try to look at it as a view, ladies and gentlemen.
Yep. And it's no different if you had an ounce of gold and you bought it at 2,000 and it went to 1,000. Do you still have the gold? Yes.
Yeah.
It's just a temporary change in value. As Mr. Barsano said, it's just prices. These are just inventory prices going up and down. We get a 20% spike in the market. These numbers drop in half. These numbers go up by 50%.
That's right.
Okay.
It's a beautiful thing.
Well,
thank you,
Simon. This is my official invitation to, or handoff. I'm handing off the baton to our special guest, the creator of GoBabyTrade, Ed we all really appreciate everything you've done over the years to make this happen for the average person. It's really quite remarkable that people can have this with which to prosper in their sleep or in their waking hours or both. So the floor is yours, my friend.
Well, it is that fast. I feel like I got on early.
Well, no, wait, just wait.
I knew it. I knew it.
We we appreciate you, Ed. You know we love you. Go right ahead. Take a sip of your water so you don't run out of spit, and then
Oh,
away
you
we
didn't
go.
have anything else to say? You were just messing with me?
Just yanking your chain,
All right.
yanking your blockchain. That is.
I got my Apple 102 version
Oh, you
102.
got an upgrade. There you go. All right.
Bigger
I wanted
screen.
to make a few comments before we even get into the software. One of the biggest things about this project, I call it a project, since I've been doing it 25 years, since 2000, since 2001. After I got hammered in the 2000 market crash, nobody likes to get robbed, so I felt like, well, I just got robbed and I'm going to hurt them for that. I don't know who them is, but I figured I'm going to hurt you for that. I'm going to automate the market and I'm going to give everybody auto traders. Everybody that signed up, like 5,000 people from in the early days got auto traders for free. I was giving them away for free. And then TD Ameritrade called, and said, "Hey, will you connect your auto trader to us to allow our clients to use it?" And then the free had to go away because then they gave me too many thousands of more traders. It's like this is becoming expensive. I had to hire 40 support people to deal with all the people out there, and it was beyond just software. It was we were like the geek squad, when you're installing software on people's computers all over the world, a lot of people, you'd be surprised, don't know how. And
Mhm.
you're in it, or they'll do a Windows update that'll break their computer and they'll call us. And, instead of calling the geek squad, they'll call us. Hey, I can't get to the internet. Well, you want me to fix your internet? And you're in Thailand? So, it was a heck of an adventure, in the beginning. Um, but there's a lot of psychology involved in the market, and I can see where they've got millions of people groomed. And some of you have heard me say this before. For instance, millions of people, probably hundreds of millions of people, save their money in a bank. They just put their money in a bank. And now this is hundreds of millions of people. We're not talking about a few people that don't get it, but yet hundreds of millions of people. You're basically loaning your money to the bank, and they're giving you nothing back. Except these credit card companies are a perfect example. I got this in the mail a few weeks ago. Some credit card. It's not a statement. It was someone asking me to sign up for their credit card. And then, of course, you look at it, and I don't know if you can see on there. I don't know.
Yeah, uh-huh. Oof.
31% interest. 31.24% interest. It's like that's what they charge. If you want to borrow their money, they want you to pay 31% interest, but you loan your money to the bank for free.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
That's
what you don't know is you're borrowing your own money back and paying them the interest.
it's the craziest thing ever. But yet hundreds of millions of people are doing it. So you got to understand that everybody isn't really thinking too clearly, maybe. I'm not sure. Um, so when it comes to doing this kind of stuff, the negative stuff you see on the internet, it's kind of like if you went to a dog lover's website and start talking about dogs, maybe how to stop dogs from getting fleas or whatever, right?
Right.
And then all of a sudden, the people will start yelling at you like, "Yeah, you're a scammer. Get out of here. You must be selling that flea medication." It's like this is a dog lovers board, but yet the people that go to the board don't love dogs. And
Mm-hmm.
it's the same thing here. You can't go to a crypto board, and some of you could try it. It's interesting. If you go to a crypto board and try to even talk about this stuff, it's not just forget the software, just talk about the methodology of how it works. Let's talk about just how the software works without talking about you're not selling anything. You're just trying to tell them, help them with a strategy. And they'll say, get out of here, scammer. They don't want to hear it. But you can go there and ask them, do you think Bitcoin will go to 500,000 by tomorrow afternoon? As crazy as that question sounds, you should try it. You will get 50 responses to that. And they won't be bad. But if you try to help them with a strategy, they'll say, "Get out of here, scammer," and stuff like that. I'm like, man, you are unhelpable. I'm not a marketer, and I'm not even trying to market. I'm just trying to help, and you get resistance, and it's pretty remarkable. That to me is amazing. So the next thing I wanted to talk about, I took a few notes. The market. When you're adding to a losing position, see, a regular person, if you were without GoBabyTrade, millions of people out there, when they go to buy a coin, take XRP for example. A lot of people talking about XRP these days. When they buy it, they're expecting it to go straight up. Whereas when the software buys it, it's expecting it to go straight down. Okay? It's expecting it to go down like 90% down. The software is planning for the worst, and it's going to turn that loser into a winner. Even if it goes down, it's okay. Take Donald Trump. He's got $7 billion worth of crypto now. And he didn't just buy it all at the bottom.
No.
He's been buying it from the top all the way down. Now, the difference between what he's doing is he's buying, and the coin's going like this. But he's buying. He's not taking advantage of the selling. What we do is, GoBabyTrade is, while it's going lower, we're buying and selling, buying and selling, buying and selling. We're still accumulating the way Trump is, but we're selling along the way. While it's doing this, it's okay. We can buy and sell right here. If it's sitting in a range, hey, have at it. Buy, sell, buy, sell, buy, sell, buy, sell. Take all that free money. And then if it wants to go lower, your last buy is still there. That's okay. It was the same as buy, but we took advantage of the wiggles, of the volatility. Most people don't take advantage of the volatility. They're literally missing thousands of trades. That's where the real money is. And then when you realize all the profits you make on those trades, then you don't even care where the market goes. It doesn't even matter. You can drop 90%. Be my guest. I mean, I've taken $350,000 of profit off the table on my ACH, Alchemy Pay, while it was going from 12 cents to 1 cent. And I'm down 150,000 on the open inventory, which means I'm still up 400,000, right? So who cares? I mean, it can go down. It's okay. I'm going to just keep taking profits forever. And they can't stop it. However, there's one thing here we didn't mention in all that. Your DNA. Can your DNA handle the down? And that's where people have a problem. I've been observing people for 25 years. And when you first start out, your DNA can't handle the down. You're in shock. That's why we're all here to help you. We're all here. I have what do they call that again? A chase? Like a couch?
Oh, Shay's Lounge. That's your therapy room.
All right. Well, that's like the therapy room. Sometimes when I'm talking to people, I'm actually laying on that thing while I'm chatting with them on the phone. And, and I feel like this is therapy. And I'm
on the couch.
Therapy. But I'm also, what did you say, Simon?
I'm on the couch. If I'm dealing with someone really helping them out, there's one couch that I'll go sit on in one spot. And that's the professional couch.
Yeah, you have to have people who have been in it for years and get it and all that, and I'll help you from jumping off that bridge or jumping out of that window, because it is a psychological thing. You're not used to it going down, and your friends and family aren't helping either, because while it's going down, they're all out there screaming in your ear, "Get out! It's a scam! You're gonna lose everything." It's like Bitcoin right now. It went from 120,000 down to just about 90,000, right? That's a $30,000 drop. That's huge. I mean, that's a huge drop. That's a major crash, man. So, even Bitcoin's crashing, so But if you're running it in an auto trader, buying and selling, buying and selling, buying and selling, I mean, that thing's been in a range now for a few months, just going from like 110 to 95. Literally, that $5,000 range, just up and down, up and down, up and down. I mean, it's literally free money. I mean, it's
beautiful.
fantastic.
It's beautiful. Play that. You go side. I dare you to go sideways, market makers. I dare you to go sideways. I dare you to go sideways.
Go into a range, and I will have a field day. There are some days where you're doing 20 trades on one coin, going up and down. Can I share my screen real fast?
Yeah,
share it.
I was just looking at one coin that I jumped into a few months ago, and I opened up another trader, and I went ahead and added it. Let me get rid of some of this floating stuff here. What is this floating?
The whale of money.
Like here.
The money.
I mean, look at all these. You see, again, some of you have heard me say this stuff, but the stock market, the prices move like this, like waves. But the crypto market, the prices jump around. They jump up and down like this. So when it's going down, it just jumped down, and it jumped down, and then it jumps up. Whatever you bought down here, you just sold right there. And then right away, it goes right back down, you buy it again. And then it goes there, and you sell it again. And it goes all the way down, especially when it goes all the way down like this. When it takes a real hard hit down, that's gold to the auto trader. Because we load up at the very bottom, and then look what it does. Look at the spikes up, straight up. You sell your inventory up there, comes right back down. This is gold. I mean, I love the crypto market. It's way better than the stock market. Look what it did over here. Just straight up and then straight down. Beautiful. Profit-wise, you're all the way up here, man. You're not even on the chart anymore, profit-wise, by the time you've done all this buying and selling. I mean, it's, again, I don't know what to say. It's an insult to humanity is what I call the market. So...
Can I jump in and make a comment?
Sure.
Okay. So anybody without an auto trader would look at this chart and go, "Oh my gosh, you got to be losing your shirt." Right? Because those people that have taken up the profession to be professional traders, people that sit behind the screen for 18 plus hours a day, driving themselves crazy, pulling their eyelashes out, and still getting it right maybe 50% of the time, would look at this and not see an opportunity. Everything that you just drew a line on, every time it spikes and drops, is an opportunity lost if you don't have a trader. Is that fair?
Right, you can't babysit it. You can't stare at the market and wait for this stuff, because some of these trades, some of these points, it'll go up for 5 minutes and come right back down. Fast. There's no way you're going to miss it for sure.
It's wicked. It's wicked fast. I've tried. I've done that. I did that for like a year solid, where it would be from
trying to do it.
Yeah, 6 p.m. West Coast till about 5 a.m. West Coast, and that was my shift, because that's when the market was pretty volatile. That I noticed. Right, I would try on old coins. I'd try on new coins. A coin that was going to be released, I would just try to go click in and click out. No, I'd get wrecked. Transaction failed.
Yeah.
Click again. Oh, we're way down here from way below when you bought. Like, it's just
right, because ridiculous. A lot of other people are also competing with you out there doing that.
It's like Jeopardy, only like on steroids, right? Everybody's trying to hit the button all at the same time, you know.
Because by the time you see it on the screen, you've already missed it.
Oh, you've already missed it. It's already gone. Mm-hmm.
The auto trader isn't missing it.
No, because the API, right? See, that's like that's a huge advantage, having the direct connection through this the software to the exchange. Literally is the advantage one right there.
But one of the worst things though is all the competition you really have. People don't realize picture a million people sitting in front of their computers trading. That's what you're out there competing with. And then you got to think about, so when you're looking at something and you say, "Oh, I think I should buy it now," 10,000 other people also saw that same thing. And there's only one guy ready to sell, so you've already missed it, you know? I mean, who's going to get to that guy, that one sell first? Who's going to get to that one order first? I mean, if I look at the level 2 screen here and just pick one and pick a price, come on.
While you're doing that, look who popped into the webinar.
Who
Mr.
dat?
President, how are you?
Who?
Ellen, we miss you.
Hey guys, can you hear me?
We can
Yep.
hear you
Yes.
and see you.
Oh, okay, good deal. Hey, yeah, I'm glad I made it. A couple of crazy phone calls there at the end, right before showtime, but I'm excited to hear the presentation. I just want to be a listener for once and check it
Just a
all out.
listener.
See what
We'll
you guys
chat.
are
I want
up
to see
to.
how long you last. I want to see how long you last.
Well, I've got a
We
phone.
won't get
I've got a phone
5 minutes.
call in about 20 minutes, but yeah, I'll get back in.
Well, welcome aboard, Ellen.
Yeah, hey, it's great to be here.
I was just showing people this level 2 screen here, and you see these, if I can get it to stop. Stop.
Ed, while you're trying to get that to stop, let me just explain some basics to people, and I'm sure most people understand this.
Yeah.
All right, I got
know,
it to stop.
okay, well, real quick, I know how busy I am all the time, and I think most people are at least as busy as I am. I don't know who, what person where has the time that it takes to even learn how to trade properly and be profitable. I mean, that takes years. This is 25 years. It's automated, no screen time. End of story. Back to you.
Right. Well, not only that, what you just said, how much money do you have to lose every time you figure out that that didn't work? And then you try
Yeah,
something
right,
else and then you lose your money again.
right.
Whereas I had an advantage over the last 25 years because I had so many clients, they were showing me what didn't work. They were, I was
Right.
letting them create their own strategies and I automated their strategies. That was with the old system. And we could see what didn't work. So we didn't
Sure.
have to lose a lot of money to see what doesn't work.
It was
And
a
then we
shortcut.
saw what does work. It's like, whoa, forget about all that, those indicators and all that. Throw that into the AI, that
Hmm.
the neural networks, the pattern recognition. Let that software handle that. That's separate from the auto trader.
Right.
And let the auto trader just chase money directly. Now, this level 2 screen here, this is what's called the level 2 screen for some of you folks who may not know that. And you have your best bid and best ask. Your best bid price is down here at below this yellow mark. And then your best ask price is right above it.
Hmm.
So the best bid, so the ask is these guys up at the top say, I want to sell my coins, but I want this much money. This is the price. I want to sell it for this much. The guy below it says, I want to buy more, but I don't want to pay more than this amount. So you get your best bid and best ask price. That's when anytime you see a price on TV or something, what you're seeing is the best bid and best ask price. However, they're not telling you that. Look at this second one here, 17 shares. You're probably going to buy 10,000 shares of this coin when you buy. You're not going to buy 17 shares. So that's like a fake order out there just to mess with the price. And so what happens if I want to buy 10,000 shares, I'm going to have to buy from that's 3,000 plus that 17 and 29. It's another 6,000, maybe 7. So you're going to end up paying this price if you want to buy 10,000 shares. You're not going to pay this price down here. So sometimes you'll see a price on a screen. You'll say, well, it's been there all day. How come my auto trader didn't buy? Because that's not the real price you're going to pay. You're going to pay a lot higher for that coin. Sometimes because the software adds up all this volume. It says how much of this do I have to, is it going to go before I can get the amount of shares that I want to buy? Plus, you have to understand there's 100 million other people out there also going to be buying these and eating up that volume. So that means by the time we add all that up and we try to buy all these, the price may have to go all the way up to here, which is even higher. So just be aware of that. That's the kind of stuff that the auto trader does that no other system, I don't believe any other system does. You see these bots out there and all that, they don't have the experience we have. Our AI is 25 years old. Their AI is 2 years old. It's like picture a 25-year-old in a foot race against a 2-year-old. They don't have a prayer. They can't even compete. And then when I look at my infrastructure, the racks of servers and just all the knowledge and everything that we have going for us, they don't have a prayer. I've never had a competitor in all the years I've been doing this since 2001. There are no competitors, and they're sitting over there, sitting in their house, creating some app or something. They can't compete with the intranet that we have. With the racks of servers. Servers, bringing back to the servers. Some of you may have noticed something last week. I just want to throw it out there. Let's just get it out. Sometimes slowness, the auto trader, the screen. Let me explain. The screen you're looking at is a website. That's all it is. It's a web page. It goes to their database. It gets the information. It says, what is my auto trader doing? And it shows it on the screen. This is not the auto trader. The actual auto trader is running on racks of other servers. Those servers are always running. Even when you see slowness here, the servers are flying like the ever-ready bunny rabbit. What happens here is it's a website, right? So you got 5 servers. And if I log into my auto trader, the router goes to one server, and then the next person logs in, goes to a different server. Next person logs in, goes to the next server, right? It's called load balancing, the round robin load balancing, right? Mm-hmm. Well, my load balancer, which is a hardware device, it's not supposed to go out, right? Went out last week. So you know what happened? Everybody that was logging in was all going to the same server. So that's why you got that slowdown that you saw. Mm-hmm. I just want to tell you that did not affect the auto traders. It only affected the website. So
gotcha.
Might as well put that out there because I want you to understand that. So what I did is I rewrote the load balancing, but I didn't use the hardware device. I just wrote the code. See, anytime you count on somebody else, they break it. It's everything in this system that works, I did myself. So that's where we're at with that. So the next thing I wanted to talk about, since I was taking notes, and then we'll get into...
Hold on, Ed. I mean, I just want to make sure everybody understands the significance of what he just said. He had a problem. The traders were still working fine, but to fix the problem, he took all weekend and rewrote the code himself.
I rewrote more than that, by the way.
Where do you see that happen? Like nowhere ever.
Rewrote the load balancer code.
Man, that's something.
Well, there was stuff on the internet too that I could commandeer for that other people wrote that helped. Man, some of you may have heard of it. Nginx. You can Google that. Benefits of many clients. Well, what I was saying about the benefits of having so many clients is the education, because you don't have to lose a lot of money to try stuff. You can just see what everybody else was doing, and and we all shared what works, what doesn't work. If you were trying to do this yourself, you just can never get there. You spend your whole life trying to, you're lost. Allan can attest to that. That you don't know what's going on, and you just don't know, and you spend your whole life trying to figure out, does other people know more than you? I mean, what's going on? You see those talking heads on TV, they don't know anything, but they yap. They tell you why the market was down today. So we have to learn it. We had the benefit of not having to lose all our money to see all the things wrong, plus all the corruption in the market. Like I said, all those fake orders on the level 2 screen. There's so much corruption out there, really. There are so many things. Let's not even call it corruption. There's so many things that can throw curves at you that you can't even, if you're not the programmer, even, you don't even have a prayer, man. You're just looking at some screen and some numbers on, and you're just manually placing orders. You're dead already. So with the auto trader, what's nice about programming, and I recognized this long before I was even a programmer, I was really into project management. I love it when you can write procedures. Let's call it procedures. And I think Henry Ford came up with this. Procedures, assembly lines, and following the steps, the documented steps. They fine tune the steps, and then you can modify the steps and improve the steps, and you keep fine tuning the steps until you got a beautiful fine tuned process. Okay, that's what programming is. It follows the rules all the time. Whereas if you're just manually trading, not only you don't even know half the rules that you're violating, but even half the rules you do know you're violating, and you're still executing that trade. Everybody can admit that you have sat there and manually said, I know I'm violating the rule here that I know I have, but I'm going to do that buy anyways because I just feel like that coin's going to go up. That's gambling, man. And that's the one thing the auto trader never does. It does not gamble. It follows the rules. Sometimes I'll see a position that is like 1 penny away from reaching its goal, and I will not hit that sell button. No way. Because
Hey,
you
Ed,
know why? Because the coin might jump up 10% in the next minute. Why should I sell it down here if it might jump? Let it go. And sometimes it won't go up that 1 penny and it'll go down instead. Oh well. But I still own the position. But a lot of times it'll jump up. And you get a lot more money. But I won't give in to the market at all. I don't believe in it. I don't give in. I mean I got that market trapped. And right now I'm in heaven, man. With this crashing market that we're getting every day going lower, 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 I'm like, this is beautiful. Especially for you new people coming on board. You don't even realize what happened here. The benefit of what's going on is when you first sign up, you don't own any shares. And then it buys a coin. You only got what I call one lot. And if that coin jumps up 20%, you only got one lot. It's the example I use about the 7-Eleven. If you only have one bag of potato chips on a shelf and a school bus full of kids pulls in, you're only going to sell one bag of chips. You need inventory on that shelf. And, so that you want to have 20 bags of chips on the shelf. So when a school bus full of kids pulls in, you have a lot of chips to sell. It's the same thing in the market. You want to have a lot of inventory. So when the coins jump, you make a lot of money. And so the new people just signing up, if the market wasn't crashing like it is, you'd be sitting on one lot of each of these coins. Here, I've got 22 lots of that one, 20 lots of that one, 34 lots of that one. This is what I call a well-seasoned auto trader, man. I got inventory from the top all the way down. And that means anytime the coin moves up a little, pay me. Pay me. And you try to go down, buy more. If you have a big jump, pay me a lot because then I sell all those lots between there and there. Sell it all. I mean, I've got the market just trapped for the rest of my life, and it's a crazy, weird feeling, man, to know that I've got the market trapped. Sometimes I feel like it's criminal. You've heard me say that before. I feel like I'm violating the law here because it can't be this easy, man, if that's what the market is. But it is this easy. That's the trip. Especially when you put millions of lines of code behind it. I've really got the market trapped. So it's really a blessing that we're getting this crash. This is a gift for all the new people coming on board over the last few
amen.
months. Like, yes,
Amen.
you're building inventory. It's just
Hey,
like a 7-Eleven. You load up the shelves and then you sell it. And then you
I've
hey,
load
got
Ed,
up
a,
the shelves again.
I've
hey,
got a
Ed,
quick technical question for you, Ed.
Sure.
Somebody hit me with this one yesterday, and it sounds like a sound strategic move, in particular where our market is now. They were asking about going from take profit from 3% to 5% because of what you just spoke of, how many trades we have loaded up, ready to go. Is there any market like this kind of crashing market where that's really a standard move? You should probably think about switching to 5. Or the
Well,
other
let me tell
question
you.
is, go ahead.
All right, I don't know. Yes, we're in that market now, in my opinion. Especially if you're coming in with a small amount of money, you're better off raising your profit goal to 5%. Okay, and even adding on 5% moves instead of 3. So you make more profits per trade. Put a little
Mm.
more into each. Make it have to move a little bit more. The other thing is, again, because I've got the market trapped, you see all this, I've got all this beautiful inventory. I've got these coins trapped at the bottom. They've gone like ACH is a perfect example, went 4 years ago from 12 cents down to 1 cent. I've got all that inventory. It's like a ladder. Picture the steps on the ladder, those
Mm-hmm.
prongs on a ladder. I've got that ladder going all the way from the top to the bottom, 3% gaps apart. A beautiful ladder. So now I feel like, you know what? Now I'm feeling evil. I'm feeling this is where the evil Eddie comes out. Where I feel like, you know what? Now that you've gone all the way down there, now I'm going to punish you, market. I'm going to stick it to you. I'm going to raise my profit goal to 5% because now I don't want no 3. You want this inventory back from me? When you raise those prices, I want 5%. I'm not selling my stuff off for only 3. I want 5. And so I'm not giving it away for nothing. I know some people have raised their profit goal to 10%, 10% profit goals,
Wow.
and they're not even giving in. Now the thing is, the 3, it serves 2 purposes. One, you get to sell quicker on a 3% move. If the
Yep.
market's moving slowly, but the thing is, look at what we got here. 4.29% move today on that one. 3.58, that's over 3. 8% move.
Mm-hmm.
3.77. We're
Mm-hmm.
getting bigger moves these days. It
Mm-hmm.
makes more sense to raise the profit goal to 5%. It just
Mm-hmm.
makes more sense. Um, so there, and then the like I said, you're sticking it to the market for doing what they're doing. If the market's going to give us big moves like this, then we should take bigger profits. Now, some people are eager. They're eager. They want to get sales every day. I want to see sales every day. So they lower their profit goal so they can see sales every day. So there's that benefit for especially new people that come on board. They're not looking at the longer. They don't realize they don't have all that inventory. So because we can see we got the market trapped. We have what I call well-seasoned auto traders. Those of us that have been in it for a few years, we got all this beautiful inventory. We literally have the market trapped. It's been going down for 4 years, and watch when that trend turns the other way and starts going up. Man, we got all that inventory. We are gonna kill it, man. And we've seen it before already. We've seen coins jump 50% in one day. I watched Shiba Inu go up 66% one day, and then the very next day it went up another 100%. So, we know what the market can do. So I'm not even worried about holding the inventory. Inventory is good. Somebody one time said on the internet, he said, well, the market's too volatile, and I said, hey, you're a buy and holder. The market's volatile whether you're taking advantage of it or not.
Mm-hmm.
A buy and holder is just not taking advantage of the volatility. He's just holding it, hoping it goes to some new high, but yet he's missing thousands of trades up and down. And if you look at any chart, you can see it's just numbers going up and down. That's the thing about me. I have the ability to not feel like I need to know everything. When I was in nuclear engineering for the government programming, I can't really go into what I was programming, but obviously, I didn't even understand most of it. But you know what? I didn't need to understand any of it. I just needed to know how to write the code. They said, this is what I need, and this is the code I'm going to write to give you what you needed. You're looking for this answer, I'll give it to you right here. I don't need to know what they're doing. I don't need to know anything about how that business works, nuclear propulsion and all that. Way over my head. I'm not interested. It's the same way in the stock market or the crypto market. You don't need to know what you think you need to know because there's no way to know what a coin's going to do. I couldn't tell you if my life depended on it what a coin's going to do tomorrow. Tomorrow might be a huge up day, it might be a huge down day, or it
Mm-hmm.
might not move at all. I don't know. Nobody in the world knows. There's no program that could forecast that. So you don't need to know, but I do know that I'm going to punish the market no matter what it does. I know that my auto trader is going to is going to prep me for what it is going to do tomorrow. I don't know if it's going to go higher tomorrow. I bought more at the bottom. I'm going to take advantage of that. And if it goes lower, be my guest. Let it go down. I'll buy more at the bottom there. It doesn't even matter. It literally, the market, it doesn't matter where anything goes, where the prices go. It's all random. It's about taking advantage of what it's going to do. We know one thing. We know it's going to wiggle, and that's all we really need to know. And the other thing is we hope that a coin doesn't go out of business. You're trading Microsoft or XRP, for example. I've got XRP here, I think. I'm trading it. Yeah. So, I'm trading XRP. I'm hoping it doesn't go out of business. That's all I care about. As long as that coin stays in business, they're going to pay me for life. And if they want to go to the moon, be my guest. And every day that it's going down right now, that's another psychological thing that's going on. When coins are going down, that's when all your friends and family are telling you, get out, sell it all. You're being made a fool of. You're going to lose everything. And then what do people do? They dump it. I mean, I had a couple of people today asking me, should I sell my XRP? I think it's going to go a lot lower, and I'm like, man, all right. Number one, if you sell it, you're gonna generate He bought it at a dollar, and now he wants to sell it. I'm like, dude, you're gonna generate all those taxes right at the end of a month before the end of the year. That's no time to be dumping all that. I wouldn't do it. I told him. I mean, I'm not an investment advisor, but I told him right off, I would not do that. I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't sell it. And plus, when it's going down as hard as it's going down right now, who's buying it? Because remember, all those sellers, there's got to be a buyer. And the multi-billionaires are out there sucking up all the shares they can of that XRP. I just know they are. They are
Yep.
just good. They are doing what the Hunt brothers tried to do, corner the silver market. These guys are trying to corner the XRP market. They're trying to own all the shares. So you can't own enough. On all these coins, in my opinion, you cannot own enough crypto. And but you don't want to just take all your money in and go in one day and just buy it all. Because then you'll be top heavy. And if the coin drops 50% down, you're going to have to wait for that coin to go all the way back up there to break even. If you let the software dollar cost average in properly, it'll buy it and sell it as you're going, and it'll accumulate it at the right times.
Hey,
Until
hey,
Hey,
Ed,
Alan, did that
Ed,
answer your question?
you had a question?
That's no, your 20 minutes was in response to his first part of the question.
hey, Ed,
You're
do me a
you're
favor.
muted.
Ed,
Well,
do
we're
me a
not
favor.
in the Q&A session.
No.
Ed,
I
Ed,
like
do
the
me.
answer actually, but and I like the answer of the 10% too. Makes a lot of sense. If you're in a highly volatile market, and you've seen, I don't know, last month it dropped 15, 20 points and you could come back up. Yeah, that sounds, yeah, it's logical if you've got enough trades down there in that lower range. What I do like is when, let's go the reverse. What you mentioned was some people could even drop it down below 3. Well, if you've had a sideways market and it's going, we'll use XRP, it's going from $2.15 to $2.20, back to $2.15 to back to $2.20. And it's just going sideways like that. You can still make money in chop. Nobody makes money in chop. Nobody. I'm telling you. And you'll see that because you'll be left at 3% or 5%, and most, bots or whatever you want to call them are going to be stuck at that. If you can bump that down to like 2% or 1%, when I was a scalper with Forex, if we got 2% above our spread, well, I was winning trade.
That's
Boom.
pure gold.
You're gold. You just don't want to take a losing trade ever, which is exactly what this bot does. So
Right.
trading the chop is brilliant, unheard of, and especially automated like this.
And with
It's
an
beautiful.
automated trader, it works. Trying
Yeah,
to do it
yeah.
manually, forget it. Like Simon says, I did it too. I tried, even though I have an auto trader, I tried to manually do this stuff. You can't do it. You
I did
cannot
it for
do it.
years.
Forget it.
Yeah.
You'll go crazy. and you're just going to miss trades all over the place. And then you got to document all what are these entry
It's
prices.
it's equivalent to saying, okay, well, I'm smarter than ChatGPT. Okay, well, good luck with that. Maybe you are. Maybe you're a better trader than Chat, but or than automation, but
Well,
not likely.
ChatGPT, since you mentioned ChatGPT, I notice it places value when you're looking for a bot. It actually places value on the fact that they can do so many different things. And I'm like, you're gonna lose all your money.
Yeah, yeah.
It's like I'm glad you want to go ahead and get a bot that's got 50 different strategies in it or 50 different ways to do stuff. You're going to lose your money all over the place because only 49 of those strategies aren't going to work and you don't know which 49 they are. And
And
whereas
almost
we've
almost
already
every
been through that.
trader, the psychology of trading is one of the most defeating things in the world. Because what happens, you'll find something. It's sort of like playing golf. You hit 2 shots, 3 shots in a row, pretty nice, and you're like, I got this figured out. And then the fourth shot, you can't even hit the side of a barn. And the same thing happens with trading.
Actually, I
So
hit the side of the
you
barn once.
yeah, a few of them. So what happens is you end up saying to yourself, okay, I need to learn more. And then you get in this perpetual, I'm always in the forums, chat groups, uh, and you're always looking for the new little tweak. And you never find it. You never find the perfect code or the perfect trading style. Why? Because you're imperfect. You're either too caffeinated, not caffeinated enough, chasing the dogs around the house, having a debate with your wife, trying to cook dinner, trying to make breakfast, trying to explain to people who are at your house that how important this trade is. I've got to make sure I close this before I go to dinner. Like life gets in the way. You're not going to be a steady, there's no way you can compete with AI. 20 years ago, 15 years ago, when I was a serious trader, we all knew how disciplined we needed to be. But back then, we didn't understand what AI could do for us. Today, you have no excuses. There's no excuse to try and trade your own account. It's a fool's game.
Yep.
Yeah,
It
there's
really
no
is.
reason. And well, you don't even have to tell somebody that because they already know that have you been successful doing what you're doing? And
Hey,
the
Ed.
answer is if you're not, well, here's a tool here that's been around for 25 years. And what's nice is it's gotten smarter and smarter and smarter over those 25 years. And what's nice is when I say this stuff, there are a lot of clients on here that already have the software that know that what I'm saying is true. I mean, I've got clients that have been running my auto traders for 20 years. I was talking to a gentleman just before this call, actually. He gave me a call and, we were chatting, about talking about the market and stuff and what's going on and he does the same thing we're all doing. You let the auto trader run, let it do what it does.
Hey, Ed, do me a favor. Not everybody's going to be able to stay maybe till the end. So since you have your trader up, go back to the trader for a moment. Since you've got it up, just do me a favor real quick. Just cover the light blue section on the left. Let everybody know what
Okay.
you started this trader with and what all those things mean.
All
And then
right.
you could go back to whatever you want to go to, maybe the bucket and the well or whatever after this.
All right. Well, we can jump down here since you mentioned what did I start with? I started with 200,000 on February 7th,
2023.
2023. And it's taken $355,000 in profits. See, that's the difference between a buy and holder again. These coins have dropped 90% all the way down. But because I've taken all this profit, if you add up this closed positions P&L right here, add all that up, that adds up to the penny to that number, to 355,000. That's the profits I've taken. If I didn't take that, I'd be way in the hole. You got to take that, the coins, you'd be just big time negative because the market crashed. And that's what happens. Millions of people are getting hammered in this market because they're buy and holders. They're just getting hammered. I mean, like I said, if you went in ACH, when it was at 12 cents and it's sitting at now 1 cent, you got to be thinking this has got to be the worst, number one, the worst coin in the world. It's down over 90%. But but yet I'm cleaning up. I'm cleaning up with I'm still net positive, and they can never take those profits away from you. And I have my Coinbase Visa card, so I literally live off the profits. Literally, and what do I always say? A lot of you may know. Every
The
time I use
card
that
that
card, it's burned into my brain. The card that keeps on giving. It's just a free card anywhere I go. I could buy new tires. I bought a new Range Rover last year. Just free money. I look at the market like what do I look at it as? An insult to humanity. It really is. That's the beauty of it. So, so this year, you don't see this on yours, but remember what I said about what server it's going to?
Yep.
Server 23. I put that in there as a debug statement so I could see where my trader is going when I log in, so I could see if my load balancing is working. Okay, so there's the current account value. Today's profits, no profits today. Okay. It's been a big down day. I haven't, when things go up, I'll sell things. If not, today's a buy day. It's okay. And then, I mean, there are going to be some days where this could be $10,000 profits. It's up to the market. I can't dictate to the market what to do. And sometimes some people say, I want to make $1,000 a day. It's like, so, well, all right, you want to make $1,000 a day, do the math. 365 days, 1,000 a day. You want to make $365,000 a year. And you want to dictate to the market to give you that with your $10,000 account. That's not, you can't. You're not, if you own a 7-Eleven, you can't say, I want to sell $50 bags of potato chips. Nobody's going to buy it. You have to go. I don't know where I come up with this stuff, man. I swear, you can't dictate to the market. You can only go with what the market will bear. If the market says, I'm willing to buy bags of potato chips for $4, I'll tell you right now, Grandma is not willing to buy a bag of potato chips for no $4. Grandma won't give more than a quarter for a bag of potato chips. So, so you're not, you have to go by what the market will bear. If the market says, you just need to sell a lot of $4 bags of potato chips, but you're not going to sell no bag of potato chips for $50. Just like you're not going to dictate to the market where to go day by day. It's up to the market. And we found the sweet spots through the years. And that's why you can look down here on the lower right. You can see those cells. You can, if I scroll, you can just see that. And when there's no money there, that means it's a buy. Those are buys. And if I just scroll, you can see buys and sells. Sometimes you do a bunch of buying, and then a few days later, you do a bunch of selling. And it just goes on and on and on and on and on. It's just free money. And this is real money. That's the beauty of it. It just seems like it's crazy that they could just give you free money like this. Like I said, you've all heard me say it over and over again. I can't get that out of my head. This can't even be legal. I don't know what to say, man. But I cornered him. It took a long time, though. Don't think this was something that happened overnight. 25 years is a lifetime.
It is a lifetime.
One guy was telling me while I was sitting on my chase there, he was telling me on the phone he wants to create an auto trader. And I said, well, how old are you? And he goes, I'm 40. I said, okay, well, in 25 years, you'll be where I am today. I mean, that's 25 years later. That's how long it's going to take for you to accomplish something. And then you're not going to go the same path I did. I had a lot of things in my favor. I had a lot of users using it. I was getting a lot of people giving me lots of feedback. What's working, what's not working. And, and then the brokers coming to me saying, hey, Ed, will you automate us? Just like E-Trade calling out of the blue and saying, will you connect it to us? People don't get calls like that. And TD Ameritrade calling saying, will you connect your auto trade to us? And then when I get, then I find out they don't even have any software and I got to write the software for them. There was no APIs at E-Trade, at TD Ameritrade.
Wow.
E-Trade had an API that needed a lot of work. I literally jumped in my car from Arizona and I drove to Palo Alto. It's a 12-hour drive. They said, when do you want? I said, when do you want to do this? When do you want to, want me to connect you? After they called, they said as soon as possible. I said, okay, I'll see you tomorrow morning. You know, yeah. And then I got there and I said, okay, well, we're going to program this. That was that was Thursday. They called on a Friday. I arrived, and then I said, when do you want to? When do you want to? How long are you guys willing to stay up until we get this job done? Until I get this job done? And they said yes. I don't. And I'm like, okay, well here we go. And it was funny because I was watching them. Man, they were they were on the floor, sleeping on the floor in the middle of the night. They never saw it. I don't think they ever saw anything like that, man. And I was just programming for 3 days. It was fantastic. So much fun. Brought me back to my Microsoft days when we'd be
Yeah,
sleeping on the
yeah, I
floor.
bet, I
So,
bet.
I mean, you're not, unless you're gonna get, there was a lot of things that fell into place for me. I mean, I got
Mhm.
lucky, to be able to conquer the market. And that's what we've done is we actually conquered the market. We took away all the sport. We took away all the gambling. The only risk you have is a coin goes out of business. But even if ACH went out of business right now, fine, that 80,000 would go bye-bye, but that 151,000 is still mine. They can never take that back. So, and as long as they stay in business, but Attila, you always say it, Coinbase and Kraken, they vetted these coins. There's 20,000 coins out there, they're not letting all those in. Are you
Right.
muted? Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
I just unmuted. You're right. The exchanges, they're very diligent in checking out these companies now, more so than ever before. So they're only going to list companies that they know have a good reputation, they're strong. Even if they're a meme coin, they've got to have a high market cap. So the chances of a coin going out of business are very, 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 very low. And when you cover maybe you could go there now, the highest trade count, we all have the option of staying in the top 50 or 60 coins out of 350 plus. So,
Right. And
you
we
know,
are going to go there next.
okay.
Yeah. So I mean, I'm not even worried about what these coins do. They're just, I mean, Alchemy Pay, I mean, Swift, I mean, that's been like the number one coin for 6 months, man, the
Yeah.
highest movers. But let's finish here. It's like in the last 30 days, I've taken $2,820 of profit. I mean, how much food do you think I eat? You know, I mean, how much money can you spend, really? And that's a really slow month. This has been a real crummy month in terms of volatility. It's been going down more than it's been wiggling, but I'm not even worried about it because every time they try to go down a little, we punish them by buying more. And then we say, okay, now where do you want to go market? Because if you want it, you either have, see, that's the thing about this open positions P&L. The only way to make that number go lower is to lower the price of the coin. So I got them trapped at the bottom because they can never wiggle. If they try to go back up, they got to pay me for all that inventory I bought. So, it's just pay me for the rest of my life, pay me till I die. It's again an insult to humanity. But then you have my current profits saved. I've got $100,000 in my save bucket just sitting there. I can go out and do whatever I want with that. Um, it's just this Bitcoin down here is just showing me it's like an index. I like to see how Bitcoin's doing. I mean, that thing's at 91,000, man. It's like, whoa, that's down there. It's going down. And it's okay. It's, we all know Bitcoin's going to go back up. You don't even have to worry about it. And what's nice about the auto trader, if I go to the next screen, one of the things you'll notice, Attila, that I did also over the weekend is this is the select currency screen, right?
Right.
I got
Ah,
rid
I
of the
noticed
edit.
this.
I got rid of the edit strategy.
Oh,
I
wow.
I
Yeah,
make it just go to the select currency so it goes there real fast.
Very
yeah,
nice.
And
yep.
if and I have a different button for the edit strategy, I click on that and that comes up and that's just got that on this page. So these
Oh,
pages come up
perfect.
real fast. Remember
Perfect.
how
Yep.
slow select currencies used
Yeah,
to
it was like 12 or 13 seconds. Yeah.
Yeah, now it's down. It's down a lot more. Now it's just a couple seconds because it has a lot less work. We were bringing up so many different things, and I said, you know
Right.
what? I'm not fiddling with my strategy. If I'm gonna mess around with my coins, if I want to add another coin or change the percents or something, I only need to go to this one screen. I don't need to be bringing up all that other stuff. So the
Very
software
good.
always gets better and better. And then you have videos on every page to show you what's on this page, how it all works. If
Hey,
you go back,
we're spoiled, and I know why Simon was laughing.
Yeah, it does.
We're spoiled when we cannot stand to wait 13 seconds for something to happen in our trader.
I was like, these are the times that we live in now. It's been 12 and a half seconds. What's going on?
yeah, what kind of junky software is this? I'm not using this.
What do
So,
we need? A
I have to
faster
speed
router?
that up.
Yeah,
That was driving me nuts too, that 12-second pause. But yeah, I sped that up now. And then the screen that was taking the longest there, that was eating up, there was 3 things on that screen. The select currencies was also bringing up the exchange symbols. Remember, it shows you all the symbols that are available. And that was the one the part of that page that was taking the longest. So I broke that out too into its own link. So yeah,
Well, like I always say, no, those of you that have not heard it, Ed never sleeps. He's really only 35. And,
right.
and there's constant improvement. As if 25 years wasn't enough time to sharpen the knife. It just stays sharp every day. And everybody that owns the trader, he's not sending out bills going, all right, it's another $20 because I consolidated something. It's all included.
Well, and the software has a health meter that if you click on that, it tells you if there's anything wrong. Right now it's green, so that means there's nothing wrong. Everything's good. If you have a health meter that is red, if it's red, then click on it and it'll tell you what's wrong with what you need to fix. And a lot of the fixes are automatic. It'll say click here, it'll automatically fix it, or send email to support and we'll help you.
Pause right there. That gives me an opportunity to make sure that everybody has these resources.
Yep.
Okay. In the chat, I am putting 3 things. GoBabyTrade, supported GoBabyTrade if there's highly technical questions. Anything that comes up that you have hey, I need help to connect, you're welcome to reach out to us at support@financialintelligenceforyou.com. And then that link down the bottom goes directly to GoBabyTrade's frequently asked questions. It is AI driven and it's dynamic. Every time that there's a new Q&A, it gets put in there. I'm going to say that 90% of your questions have been asked before, and that's a good resource. You'll find that as we show you, there are resources in here to do your own research, to ask questions, but that does not replace the opportunity for you to come on here. We're here every other Monday, but don't wait.
Yeah.
If you got questions, and there you go. There's another resource. Mr.
Well, you have
Simon
the frequently asked questions. You have videos, and almost anything. We don't leave anybody hanging. That's for certain.
Yep. Hey Ed, a lot of people ask what a couple of questions, and I'll cover some stuff at the end about how much money, if I put this much money in, where am I? But if you go back to that one screen, go to the top traders. People like to see at random how people are performing in the market. Using the trader,
we're gonna do that. We're gonna we're gonna talk about the top traders. Oh no, the top trader is this one here.
Yep, there you go.
Yeah, this is a trailing 12 months, 1 year. Like this guy started with $3,000 a year ago, and he took 15. Remember, the important thing is how much money did I take off the table? $15,000 of profits.
And what was he trading?
Click on View Details. Shiba Inu, Solana, what is it? Solana?
Solana.
Solana.
And Sui. And then it
And
shows you profit goals, add
and
on
he's doing
profit
basically the
goal.
default profit goal 5%, add on 3% drops, 25 lots deep. 3 times 25 gives you a 75% trading window going down. That's what the software concentrates on. Things going up, that's a no-brainer. You take your profit. How do you handle losers? And being able to have a big trading window, your money is allocating out to reserve enough money to be able to go all the way down there. Some people say, I want it to trade more. I want it to go in more at the top. If you do that, look what happened in the last couple of weeks. The market's been going straight down. You don't want to use up all your money here at the top, and then when it gets down here, you don't have any money. You want to let the software do the math and let the software calculate how many shares to buy at any given time, buy and sell.
Right. The money
And
management always keeps you in the game.
that's the whole huge thing. Nobody's got money management. There's no other system out there that has money management built in like the way we do.
Yep.
We are really in a space by ourselves. So here's a perfect example of how the trader works. For those, some of you have already seen this a million times, right? Some of you may be new. I don't know how many new people are on this board or on this Zoom. But if it's water, we all know it works. We know the bucket goes all the way down and gets the water and goes all the way up and dumps it out. Nobody disputes that. That's how it works. And the bucket, we know also when it's water, the bucket can't stop halfway and then go back up because there won't be any water in the bucket. It's got to go to the bottom and go all the way back up and dump it out. With the robotic trader, though, it only has to go down a little. Buy, go up a little, sell. Buy, sell. And this is where I'm telling you, that's why, how do you ever lose? As long as the coin stays in business, they're going to keep pumping me money. I just can't get over it myself. It seems so simple, and it really is. The software has made it. It just took an obvious thing that was so simple and just automated it. All right, because now you're holding on to these losers that you can call them losers, but I'm going to buy and sell so much down here along the way that profit-wise, I'm way up here, way up at the top. And if the coin has a big day where it jumps up like this, all those losers, you just sold them all off profitably. So it's just this is a money machine. This system, people have told me they call it the ultimate savings account. You can put your money in a bank and get 1% a year interest. Maybe, I don't know if you're really getting that. I don't think I get any interest. I mean, I know I did my taxes last year and my bank statement said I made 8 cents interest. How do you make 8 cents interest? I mean, it's just a joke. The bank's a joke. I like it when I go to a bank. I like that. The new vernacular is how are you? When in the old days they used to, when you walked into an establishment, they would say, "May I help you?" But nowadays they say, "How are you?" And I love it because I say, "Hey, crypto's up, I'm up," and I make sure I say it nice and loud because I know I see people. Everybody turns their head to say, "Who said that?" in a bank. I see everybody's head turned toward me. I love it. I love the attention. I don't know what it is. I say, "Crypto's up, I'm up." I love it. I'm waiting for them to have little offices in there that say crypto. It's coming. But, so far they haven't created that office. I've asked them, when are you going to create a crypto office? And they freak out. They don't know what to say.
And you're just into poking the skunk.
So, that's what the trader does. It just keeps taking money no matter where it goes. I'm going to make just as much per trade up here on the Wiggles as I am if it drops 80%. I'm going to still be making that much on every trade down here. It doesn't matter to me where the prices go. That's why I don't care what it does day by day. I don't live for what it costs, what the price of the coin is. I know the software's doing the money management. So no matter where the price goes, I'm going to just keep taking money forever. And nobody can dispute that. That's reality. Actually, when I saw I was teaching an AI class, how to a whole room full of programmers in North Carolina, and I saw a whiteboard, so I kind of walked up to it and drew this bucket in a well. I was just curious to see what they would say. So I drew the bucket in the well, very rudimentary picture of a well. And I said, if the bucket goes up and down from the top to the bottom, how much water can it pump in a lifetime? And they threw out million gallons, billion gallons, trillion gallons. Each time I heard somebody yell these numbers out, I was looking at everybody else. Nobody disputed those numbers. So, okay, so we all understand that if the bucket keeps going down and there's enough water in the water basin, it'll just keep pumping water for the rest of your life. Okay. So then I said, well, what if it's the crypto market and the price goes down a little and goes up a little and we pump money? And it doesn't have to go all the way down and it doesn't have to go all the way up. Doesn't matter where it goes. Just keep pumping money forever. How much money can it pump in a lifetime? That was that. Then I looked at the whole room and nobody was saying anything. It was a big pause. And I heard one guy finally speak up and he goes, there's no way that could be real. I love it. How do you not see the obvious? I just can't get over it, man. I love it. I just love my auto traders, man. So now you want to probably, because you see what it's doing, you kind of want coins that move a lot, right? So picture a 7-Eleven. If I owned a 7-Eleven, if I was just opening a 7-Eleven, I've never opened one, but I'm going to philosophize for a minute. Because I got a whole water bottle here and I got all night.
Did you want to go lay on your chaise?
Yeah.
Lay on
Yeah.
Chase one day we'll do that.
Chase time with Ed Barsano.
First I got to put on my slippers, right?
Yeah. Slippers and a robe, like a smoker's jacket,
Smoking jacket.
We'll get you a pipe that does bubbles.
All right. These poor people want to go to bed. It's late. But I don't even remember what I was going to talk about. Thanks. So what I was going to say is, if I was opening a 7-Eleven, I have the building and I have the parking spaces and all that and the lighting and all. And then we got to put the shelves in, all the shelving and the refrigerators. You got to have all that. And then at some point you're gonna say, well, wait a minute, we're gonna sell about 1,000 different items in this store. I don't want to talk to 1,000 different vendors. You'll go nuts. You're probably gonna talk to a distributor that knows what he's doing, that has probably helped others open a 7-Eleven. And you're gonna deal with a distributor that says, and you're gonna say, well, show me the stuff that sells the most. I don't want to sell items that don't sell, that don't move. And so I told this to somebody. I said this online once or a few times on other Zooms, and somebody actually emailed me the distributor sheet. I never knew it. I never knew it existed. I just thought logically it should exist. It most likely exists. And it showed the 7-Eleven distributor. This is what the distributor shows you. He actually sent this to me. He said, well, there it is. Everything you keep talking about, Ed, I actually can show you this is what he did when you sit in front of the vendor, the distributor, and he shows you the biggest moving items. I want to sell these things. Coke, coffee, Monster drinks, Red Bull, bottled water, Gatorade, Slurpees, Coca-Cola. These are the biggest movers. If you ever go to a 7-Eleven or a Quick Mart, some of you, try it. To me, the stores and the trader work the same way. Number one, I don't want to see empty shelves, because if you're walking past an empty shelf, then nobody's buying anything. You got to always have things on the shelf. Just like your auto trader, you have to have inventory. And you got to be ready for when that school bus pulls in. You got to have a lot of inventory, enough to sell. You don't ever want to run out of inventory, So, and then what's going to be at the bottom of the report? I think he threw these in here just because I always mentioned it. He said Band-Aids, iodine, stuff that you're not going to sell much of. Put those at the bottom of the list. I mean, I don't want to trade those. So what I was saying is this is what you would do. So now let's look at the auto trader. I created this report called the highest trade count report. It's right here. Trade counts on the website. So you put in, you can do this. Go to GoBabyTrade.com/the Staple STAPLE crew. Click on that. It takes you right to the website. There's two things that it does. When it takes you to the website, it changed the buy price from $44.99 to $34.99. So it gave you $1,000 discount. So by putting that in there, the crypto crew, or the
I just put the hot link in the chat.
Oh, you
as
did?
well.
All right.
Yeah.
So then the other thing you do, next thing you do is you click on trade counts and it brings up the trade count report, the highest trade counts. And this is a report I created probably not even a year ago, right?
Yep, 10 months ago. This is what I was referring to as the billion-dollar report.
Right. And it shows you the biggest movers, the ones in the last 12 months that gave you the most trades. I want to trade things that move a lot. You know, SPA and SWIFT. And I don't know what FWOG is, and I don't even know if it's a utility. Some people don't.
Folk.
Oh, folk.
Hey,
Folk.
what? Yeah, watch
Folk.
your language.
Sorry, folk.
Some people don't. Some people. A utility coin is companies that really have products. They really sell things and they make money. They're real companies. Memes are like jokes. Joke things. I don't know what else to say about that.
Made up.
Some of them became companies that became utility companies. Like she started out as a meme. And
It went from baseball cards to debit cards. That's kind of the thing. Meme to utility, right? And it's like, trading cards to real cards, use case.
So there you go. Then you have NFTs. And if you're only looking for like, one of these kind of coins, you can just click type, and
Yep. And refresher, these are closed profitable trades because the trader never sells at a loss.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So these are the top moving coins, like 1,272 trades in the last 12 months. If I look at the 3-month trades closed here, that's 71. If I go over to the right, the last 3 months, August, September, October, if I add those up, that adds up to 71 trades. And, if I go back 6 months, that adds up to 180. If I go back a year, it adds up to 1,272 closed trades. So I want coins that trade the most. And if I scroll all the way to the bottom, this is where you get your garbage coins, things that don't move. Some of them are stable coins. You're not going to trade those. But like PAXG, it doesn't even hardly move. You're lucky to get, 17 trades in a year. Or this one, 19 trades in a year. TBTC, 40 trades in a year. I don't want to trade a coin that gives me 40 trades in a year. I want to trade big moving coins, the stuff at the top. GoBabyTrade clients trade coins that move a lot. And when I'm helping people a lot, when they first sign up and they own a lot of coins, they're sitting on like 20 or 30 coins, and I'm like, oh man. I said, okay, well, let's just do this together. Let's walk through your coins and see where they stand on this highest trade count report. And some of the coins they're trading are way down there, and I'm like, dead money. I want to put money in the coins that are moving. I'd rather sell the coin off, free up that money so it can go into something that I'm actually going to sell a lot of. You don't want to fill up your 7-Eleven with a bunch of things. A 7-Eleven cannot have all the same stuff that an Albertsons has.
Yeah, we don't have that in Florida
you
anymore.
have to reduce it to the biggest moving items. There are no $2,000 items in a 7-Eleven. Or Sam's Club has $2,000. They sell jewelry and stuff at Sam's Club. Do you believe that? At Costco too. I need to get a new wedding band. I had the other one. I had to get one cut off because I jumped off. When I first started. I needed to get a rack, a cabinet to put my servers in. Right years ago, and I bought a rack, and I stepped off the pickup, the U-Haul. I stood it up. When I stood up the rack, the cabinet, right, and I jumped off the U-Haul. Darn near ripped my finger completely off, man, because of that ring.
Wow.
It got caught at the top. Man. So I need to get a new ring. I haven't worn one in 20 years.
Hey Ed, we got quite a few questions lined up. Are you ready for some Q&A?
Well, let's see. We covered the top trade report. Now, some people would say, well, why would somebody sign up and pay $3,500 for software and then only trade with $3,000? Sometimes people start with a small amount just to see what it's doing, and then they go, oh, and then all of a sudden they come in with $30,000 because they saw it working. But we've already been running this thing for 25 years. Everybody knows it works already. There's no test period here. We're beyond that. We're way beyond that.
Thanks for taking the words right out of my mouth. You've heard me say that before, where some people will say, "Hey, can I buy this thing and test it out?" We're like,
I know. I get people saying, some people will send email and say, "Can I get a free trial for a month?" And I'm like, that's resources and support and everything else. It's like I can't do that. We're beyond that.
Yeah,
and that's if you don't have skin in the game. It's called skin in the game. If you haven't put anything in, you won't even care. I mean, like I said, I used to give away thousands of auto traders, and a lot of people wouldn't even turn it on. Because they don't have any skin in the game. They don't have anything. But when somebody signs up and actually buys it for $3,500, they are in it. They are serious about it.
Yeah, but Ed, the main thing that you just said a few minutes ago, the test we're way beyond the test. It's been working 25 years so successfully for people that truly the only people that don't speak highly of the trader or can't are the ones that don't own it.
Are people who don't own it. They can criticize. And it's easy to criticize something right now in a market that's been going lower. So they could just say, oh, the market's going down and all that stuff. And they don't realize the auto trader is prepping you for the kill, because the whole time it's going down, you're accumulating just even small amounts. You're accumulating something.
This is technically the very best time you could buy the trader, because things are going down. You're going to accumulate positions immediately. So you never answered my question about the Q&A.
Well, not yet. We're going to answer.
Okay.
I'm going to follow up 1 second.
Okay. All right. Cool.
1 second. Then we're going to go into that Q&A in a second.
You got it.
I promise. All right. But here's the deal. Some people want to wait for the market to start going up before they jump in with their auto trader. The problem is, you jump in while the market's already going up. You don't have any inventory to sell. You haven't done anything. You missed the boat. You'll want to get in while the things are going down, because you want to build inventory. It's like you don't want to have a 7-Eleven and you want to open up the door for business and not have any product on the shelf. There you go. I made up another one.
That's a good one.
But I mean, it's common sense. Everything we're doing here is just common sense. We're not even talking about anything. Ellen, have I said anything that's not even just other than it's just common sense?
No, you haven't. And I think people really struggle in today's world with so much information out there. They think everything should be difficult. And when something's really simple, it's difficult for them to really, they want to like find the problem, or what, how come everybody doesn't do this? And my reply always is, well, how come everybody doesn't buy XRP? Why didn't everybody buy Bitcoin? Well, there's your answer. Yeah, not everybody does everything very wisely. Yeah.
Not to be on the other side of that, but when I come across individuals like that, I'm like, how do you not know about this, and how come you aren't doing this? I don't get it. What's wrong with
Yeah,
you?
there you
You
go.
know,
You're really preaching
you know,
to the choir. I feel the same way. It's amazing.
but
And you can't even go to the internet and try to help anybody. They'll say, "Get out of here, scammer," and stuff like that. It's like, I'm a developer and I love doing what I'm doing, and that's what I'm gonna just keep doing. But really, even if you signed up and just stayed in paper trade mode and didn't even put any real money in it for a while, what you would learn, you can't the education you will get. One of the things, and you know why I'm so excited, is because I've been doing this so long that I literally walk this planet. I'm at peace with the planet. It's a crazy euphoria that I have going on. All right? No drugs, no alcohol, nothing. I am literally flying high. And I'm just the euphoric feeling I have that I've conquered the market. And you know when I looked at my auto trader? Just when
Never.
we started this webinar. I haven't looked at this thing in a week. I know that my auto trader is taking everything the market wants to give it.
Right.
And it's just gonna, I don't need to look at it every day. I'm beyond that. I mean, you're gonna be, some of you must be the same way, where you don't even, you go days without even looking at your auto trader because you know it's running on the servers and it's gonna take whatever the market wants to give it. So
It's like stealing.
Okay.
I'm gonna take off my coat. I love the Q&A session. That is my
Nice.
favorite time. I like to take off my jacket
All right.
and kick back. I'm gonna lay on the chaise now.
Hey, I'm gonna switch it up on you guys. Either Alan or Simon. You guys can see the Q&A, correct?
yes.
Have at it.
Should I
All
stay
right.
connected? Do you want me to stay connected?
Yeah, there might be some questions.
Yeah,
in the
actually,
relative-
there's a question at the one of the last ones that I think it'd be easy just to go over that on the currency or the it's when you're able to select your actual currency you want to use, but we'll get to that in just a minute. First question is from Mr. Russell. By the way, Russ, shout out to you. Thanks for coming by the Zoom today and watching all of our wonderful videos. Hello and thank you, gentlemen. I can speak for a few of my colleagues, for we have all done the same. We have changed our profits saved to 0% and put all of our profits back into the trader, hoping to compound as quickly as possible. Problem is, what if our coins hit 25 open positions and we are close to it? What monies will it not use? How do we deal with this if it happens? Thank you, guys. Take it away, Ed.
All right. The reason that I encourage everyone to not, the default is save 100% of your profits. That way, if the coin goes down there and you actually have 25 lots, since that's the default setting
Right.
in the strategy, it says save down to 25 lots. Your default is 3 times 25. So if you actually reach that, some people call me and say, how come my auto trader's not buying anymore? Well, you reached your 25 lots, the max lots that you have it set to do.
Right.
And so we raise that to 30 lots in the rules. We go ahead and raise it to 30. So you have a 75% trading window. We raise it to 30 to make it a 90% trading window, right? However, like you said, Russ, where are you going to get the money for that? Then I go to the save bucket, and then when I see a big zero there, I cry. I go, oh, he changed the default. It was default save 100% of the money. Because we don't expect it to go down there, but if it does, you got to have money there. Otherwise, I don't know what to say. Go to the bank and put more money in.
That's pretty rare.
Sometimes, though, if a coin reaches 25 and they haven't all reached it yet, you can go to your select currencies and say you ran out of money on one of these coins because it was moving a real lot.
Mm-hmm.
Like this one only has 8,000. You can hit spread funds equally, the spread funds here, and it'll divide the money up fairly evenly. And so you're borrowing money from the other coins. Now
Right.
that's a solution. That is a good solution.
Mhm.
And
Okay,
I just
perfect.
clicked it, obviously. I clicked it already here when we first came on. Because like I said, I don't go in here often, and when I do come in here, I always just hit spread funds equally. Just to spread it out equally, I don't want any coin running out of money. So yeah, that's the solution. First you can definitely go spread funds equally. But then when you raise the lots you increase this number here, then you can go over here and see if you have funds saved. If you don't have any funds saved, then that's why I said then you got to go to the bank. I don't know what else to say. And I don't really like to I know somebody would say I know think of a scam product. If I was selling you something and I try to tell you put more money in and stuff like that, that sounds scamish. But all I'm saying is put more money into your own accounts. I don't know what to say, if you want to buy something, put more money in. Otherwise, leave that profit saved at 100%. Let it accumulate. Like I said, I live off that card. I literally walk this planet. I have a card that just gives me free money almost every day, and you don't know what it's a crazy feeling,
Hey,
like
Ed.
those Twilight Zone movies in the 60s. Every
Hey,
time
Ed.
you open up this box, you pull out cash, and it's always there. You
Ed,
know, you know.
could you do me a favor, Ed, and show people real quick when they set, let's say you leave your settings on the default, which is save 100% of my profits. And let's say you have, like you, 100 and some odd $1,000 accumulated, but now you want to take 20,000 of that 106 and put it back into the trader. Can you show people what that looks
Yep,
like?
you just go down here. If I want to release 20,000 from there, I just go edit and I go, it's going to show right under it how much it's going to have if I saved it. Minus 20,000. It's going to reduce my saved money to this number right here,
Mm-hmm.
86,753. So that takes 20,000 out of the save bucket and so that means the auto trader can use that 20,000.
There
Yeah,
you go.
Ed, can you clarify what you mean by a save bucket? Where is that money?
It's still in your account value. It's in your profits. I mean, it's in your cash.
It's at your
Um,
exchange.
it's at your exchange. This is just a number
It's a
in the auto trader.
directive.
It's just a
It's a di-
number.
it's a directive. This is
Anything is
this is
Telling the auto trader don't use that money. So when the auto trader is running, it can come here and it can say, I'm going to subtract. Let me see if I can get. No, I don't have it up. Not I'm not on a developer server, so I can't see the numbers. Oh, here. Profit saved 106,000. It's subtracted it already. It's 83,000 cash remaining after subtracting the 106,000
Right.
from my cash.
Mhm.
It's going to subtract the 83,000.
But you
It's
didn't
going to
save the
subtract the
settings.
80. It's going to subtract the 106,000 from my saved money. It's just telling the auto trader don't use that 106,000. The
That's
money
right.
is still in your Coinbase account.
Yeah.
It's just
All right.
telling the auto
Perfect.
trader don't use it.
Okay.
It's a representation. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah,
So
but the auto trader is not physically touching your money at all.
right.
All right,
Right.
Simon.
Russ just had a side question there in the chat. It says, but if I only have or had $185, would that be okay to run it? And I would like to answer that personally myself. The short answer is yes. Okay, if you just did what Ed showed us on the screen there, and you just had $185 that was saved, and you typed in minus $185, it would then release those funds, or rather give permission to the trader to use those funds.
Right.
Also, you might be going, well, how much money is going to be allocated to each coin per trade or per lot.
Software does that.
3 coins divided by, $125 or $185 divided by 25 would give you the play there for how much money would actually be allocated to each coin.
Instead of doing the math, you can just wait until the software does it.
Yeah, yeah.
You know?
I have an iPad too. Okay, I have one too. I use it a lot. But,
You have an Apple 102 also.
But
The more money you have in the account, the more money it can make. I mean, we've got some clients that have over $1 million in their accounts. Because once you get it, I can tell you just based on the feedback, the constant feedback that I get, people are selling their rental properties, they're selling their businesses. I know a guy that sold his not chiropractor. I know one of those too, but an anesthesiology. Yeah, his anesthesiology business. He got over $1 million for that, and then he moved from New York to Florida with that, and he threw the $1 million in his auto trader, and because once you see it running, then you realize, where can I find more money to put in this thing? I mean, it's an obvious thing. Where can I find, if you know that it works, where can I find more money? It's like when I first moved from Washington State to Arizona, and, my electric bill in Arizona is like $1,000 a month, right? All these stupid air conditioners you need. I didn't need all those air conditioners in Washington State. But in Arizona, you got to have 3 of them. All of a sudden, my electric bill went from $200 to $1,000. Great, thanks. But they said, we want you to deposit more money in here, like they want to see that you're actually going to have $1,000, right, to pay this electric bill when they turned it on. They weren't going to just turn it on, and then when they send me a bill, I can't pay it. So I said, well, how much? And what she said is, but however, what we'll do is we'll give you 10% interest. This is back in 1995. She said, well, I'll give you 10% interest on whatever you deposit. I said, okay, I'll give you $1 million. And she goes, oh no, I can't take more than 10,000. See what I mean? I wanted to put as much as I can in there, man. I mean, right. I'll give you 10 million. If you're going to give me 10%. Back then, 10% was a lot. Now I chicken feed.
Yeah,
There's no way. Not when I can get 100% a year. I'm not looking for no 10%. But back then, I didn't know anything, and I was willing to do that. And she said, no, we can't do that.
See, they're always taking away a good deal from us. I'm going to get on to the next question here. This is from Harold. Harold says, I'm learning the hard way, sorry to say, that the best settings are the one that Ed had entered as the defaults. So, Ed, I have completely cashed out of 4 coins and have removed them from my selected currencies, but they are still showing on my trader, which I assume is the dashboard. How do I get rid of those?
Well, he's seeing coins he's no longer trading, and they have zero market value, 0 quantity. And, we get that request a lot. So I can't just go in there and start removing them for each individual. It says, I don't want to see those that I don't own anymore. We're going to give you, it's on my to-do list.
Okay.
And, to give you a feature to hide positions I'm no longer trading off of here. Right now, they stay on your screen forever.
Okay. All right. Thank you for that.
I'm going to give you a button to hide them.
Ooh, I like more buttons, so now we're going to get in trouble.
I know. I try not to. I don't want to clutter this up with a lot of drop-down menus. That's deadly. That's deadly.
It can be. Peter asked, the speaker at the beginning said he was up 5,000 after 10 days with a 100K investment with no closed positions. How is that possible? I believe that was Edward. I think you were sharing your paper trading when that had come to light. I don't believe he said without any closed positions because there's no way he would have been in profit if that.
Yeah, you had to misunderstand that.
Yeah, let me. I'm going to boot you off for a second, Ed. Let me.
All right, I'll get off.
Yeah, thank you for the clarity, Edward.
Oop. Wrong trader. Okay, there we go. All right. Um,
There's the buttons again.
So scroll down to
oh,
your filled orders at the very bottom, at the bottom of the screen. Can you
okay.
scroll that all the way to the beginning? Scroll all the way down.
Just don't create a delete account button.
So it started by buying. Yeah, oh no, I will never do that. But you can see it started out buying and then it started selling what it bought.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Oh, and you got lucky here. It looks like the market started crashing there, and you see you were able to go a few days and buy a lot.
Man, look
And
at
then
all
what do?
those
You got to
acquisitions.
sell a lot. You
Yeah,
fill
just
up the shelves.
to make sure that I didn't misspeak, in a little bit over 7 months on $100,000 starting balance, it's taken over $46,000 in profit in my sleep, right? Not all at once. You can see it's
In
gone
how many
into
months?
this was
It'll be eight
seven.
months on 8 months on the 25th of this month.
Yep, 7.5 months.
Well, I
So
like.
it's
Oh,
so
go
it's
ahead.
running at a pace of around 92% annual.
Yep.
That's
Yeah, and as long as you keep taking money, yeah, that
yeah,
number can only go higher.
by the way, if you measure against what the overall market performance has been in that same period, the market's been down about 50%, and in a
Yeah.
50% down market, it's running at a pace of almost 100%
As
annual.
they
And
say,
it's averaging right around, what is that, 5-6% monthly?
yep.
Yeah, that's beautiful.
Yeah, yep.
Yeah.
As they say in the mountains of Georgia, that dog will hunt.
Yeah,
Well,
will.
that's the thing, is I remember Attila, you said that the total profits taken. I remember maybe a month ago or a few
Yep.
weeks ago. Remember Attila, you said, Ed, look at all that you took 900. It was one of my other traders. He said you took $936,000 of profit, and I said I didn't take that. And he's like, "What are you talking about? It shows it right here. The total profits taken on the left in my other trader, right? Total profits taken." I said, "Well, I didn't take that." He's like, "But it shows it right there." I said, "Well, I never took it. I don't know what you're saying." And I said, "What I took," and then I went over to the lower right in the filled orders. You see that $49, $48, $52? I said, "That's what I took."
Yep.
And
You're
that
but
added up to $943,000.
Yep. So
See?
my apologies, Ed. We're still on my trader. And just
Yeah,
to
no, no,
clarify,
no. I'm
Alan,
just saying that's the
yep,
example. Yeah, that
yep,
added
yep.
up to the
Right.
46.
Same here. I didn't take 46,000. I took 49, 46, 52, 46.
Yep.
So Alan, just clarification, the run rate right now is at 6.59% a month.
On
That'll
average,
work.
right?
On right. Since I set up the simulator.
Right on.
That's the definition of a dog that'll hunt.
Yeah, this thing is, and so you see, I don't worry about anything in the trader. I just know I'm taking all the money the market wants to give me without me dictating anything to the market. I'm not telling the market what to do.
Actually, we have in red letters before we start this Zoom, most of you saw that this evening. We have a disclosure that we're not financial planners, we're not giving financial advice, tax advice, and there's no guarantees. There's one
Now,
clarification on that. There is one guarantee. This trader, this automated robotic trader with AI will give you every single penny and dollar that the market is willing to give the trader. So it's all market dependent. Like there was a comment in the chat a moment ago about somebody saying, "Hey, I started this X number of weeks or months ago, and it's not giving me 5% a month." Well, guess what? It's market dependent. But do me a favor, next February, March, April, or May, when your trader's making 20%, please come back and give the same comment that it's not
yeah,
taking 5% a month. It's actually taken 20% a month because that could happen. It's market dependent.
Oh, it has happened already. It has
Yeah,
happened multiple times.
right, right.
And for clarity, it's not typically right out of the gate 5 to 7. I mean, I'm experiencing that right now. I've done multiple videos sharing my experience with just paper trading, right? I'm averaging, and I drill that word in. Averaging. My weekly average is 0.5% per week based on my principal, my original amount invested. Okay. I mean, we have market conditions that we just have to let happen, man. Tide comes in, time goes out. I mean, whatever fish are there is what's fish are there. I mean, it is what it is. You know, the other is of course the volatility, you know, and also when did you enter? I mean, obviously I didn't enter when Edward started way back in March. I started in September.
Yeah.
Right. So my initial outcome is obviously going to be different. However, I do know that I will have 7% month on average.
Yeah. Well, I mean, conservatively, if you look at if you listen to comments, Allan and I spoke a couple of days ago. Great conversation, and he said, "Well, what if it only produced 2% a month?"
I was thinking the same thing.
Well, 24% a year, baby. That's 24 a year.
In the worst market you could ask for, you're still making 24% a year.
Well, Simon, you just said something very important because we do get comments like that saying, hey, Edward or somebody else made X amount over X amount of time. Why am I not earning that? Well, you have different coins. You started at a different time. Market conditions, a different amount of money you're trading with.
That's true money,
There's so many factors.
So many variables. You cannot compare one auto trader to another.
Yeah, well, let me make this comment. So zoom all the way out. Let's look at it macro. Remember at the beginning, I talked about talking fact. Okay, let me point in. And Mr. Barsano's got several traders. He did not show the one that I'm referencing now. But when he first started trading December 19th of 2021, real live money, started with $200,000. In that period of time, which we're a month and 2 days away from 4 years since he started that project. In that time, he has 5x'd his money. 5x'd. Now, I don't know whether you can do that math, but it's 5x. It's made $950,000 on $200,000. Didn't make it all at once. It took a little bit to ramp up, just like Simon was referencing.
I was going to say that.
Right, but in a 90+% down market. I mean, I don't know how you can dispute this because you can't. It's fact. In a 90% plus down market, he's 5x'd his money over that period of time on average. But here's the deal. As I always say, if I showed you a way, if I said, give me $1 and I'll give you $3, how many dollars are you going to give me, Allan?
None, because you're not Coinbase.
All of them.
You're going to rob my money.
Okay. Let's pretend he's Coinbase, though. Let's just pretend Edward Coinbase.
So what if Ed Barsano said, give me $1 and I'll give you $3 back? How many would you give him? All of them. Yep. Well, that literally, you know, we're in this instant gratification world. And if it doesn't happen right now, people get pissed. Like the crypto market, right? If it drops, they get scared out of their wits because they're listening to the lie box and the guys with the suit and ties that if they were really, really trading and really, really making money, do you think they would be there? No, they'd be sitting like Ed Barsano on the beach going, you know what? I'm at peace with the world. But look at this over the long term. I'll show a slide. I think we'll have enough time. We'll have enough time to for me to show a what if, right? Yeah. That is if you started, because people, and we went over the top trader report, but I'm going to give you a what if. People always ask, how much do I need to start with to make any money? Well, that's a relative question that has multiple answers, relative answers, right? But if just based on what I told you, 90% down market, it doesn't matter whether it's 200,000 or 20,000 or 2,000. It same percentages. It 5x your money. Now, if you step back What if I said, given those statistics, given those facts, would you put $1 in your 401k or $1 in the trader? Because I guarantee you your 401k is not 5X in your money in a 4-year period. Period.
In a
Right?
down market.
Simply isn't. So if you look at the same way you have been programmed, right? Now's a good time to mention I spent 32 years inside the matrix. What has it programmed you to do? Be controlled and broke. Period.
Yeah.
Right?
Job.
So step back from that. Look at this as a life trader. Look at this as a very, very smart financial decision that you made to change the trajectory of your generational wealth, giving you the opportunity to create generational wealth. Right? We're in that as you know, I don't know if I've talked about it, Ed and I have actually all of us have talked about it at one point or another. We in today's, if you looked at the crypto market and where we are in time comparison. As a matter of fact, I heard Eric Trump at a speaking at a recent conference that we were at, and somebody asked him that very question. He said, "Well, where are we in the crypto market as compared to what would you compare it to in likeness and time?" He said what Attila always says: "We are early internet days." I say we are in the dinosaur age. When this becomes mainstream, which you rewind the tape, right? 12 months ago, we were in an administration that would never, ever give you the opportunity to make money in this space. Ever. It was getting crushed and put away.
Make money, period.
Right. Make money, period. Right. And give you the freedom and sovereignty to do things that you want to do and make your own decision. You know, Allan, I just realized I'm starting to sound like you. Right.
You gotta have that beach kind of presentation though when you talk.
No.
When Allan gives it to you, it's like you're still at the beach. It's like, why would you do that?
You got to bring.
You got this. I mean, Allan knows how to like bring you down and bury you in the sand because it's cool, right? This is a cool thing to do.
But belaboring my point, if you look at this as a life trader. And you'll get the instance, and if you stay here till the end, I'll show you the example of what $5,000 over time can do for you, and it's mind-boggling. Now, if you just want to stay in the same system of go to school, get a job, trade time for money, then you'll be unfortunately working until the day that you drop dead.
All right, Edward, we got to get back to the rest of the questions.
Thank you. I appreciate that, Attila. Here we go.
Actually, that's not even accurate any longer. Some AI or some bot's going to steal your job before long.
I mean, maybe.
You can't have it through your career anymore, I wouldn't think.
Oh, it's stealing a lot of jobs right now. And, all the big companies are laying off like crazy, too.
Let's try, Attila.
Microsoft's laying off. Google's laying off all over the country.
Yep.
Yeah.
So Harold says... Yeah. I'm selling silver to get into GBT. GoBabyTrade.
Mm-hmm.
We'll see which one goes up the highest.
Silver is so high.
Yeah, don't sell all of it, but it's not a bad move. Yeah. Not advice.
He says, I'll give you a report when I know. Thanks, Harold. All right, Simon, have at it.
This one's Daryl, and on Coinbase, I'm trading with USD. If I wanted to switch to USDC, would that mess the trader up? It's trading close to half of my capital in USD now. Once my sell orders fill that the trader bought with USD, will it start showing back up in my Coinbase account in USD or automatically switch to USDC? Just don't want the trader to think I only have half the capital to make trades, if that makes sense. Perfect.
What happens? All right. When you're buying coins, it's using your USD, right? And then you bought the coin. Once you bought the coin, it's in the coin. You own the coin. You no longer own USD or USDC. some people think it's in USD. No, the USD is gone. You own the coin now.
Yeah.
So if you flip or do the convert the USD in Coinbase, convert your USD to USDC where you get that 4.1% interest for all your inventory, all the money you have there. The software will just go to this exchange preferences screen up at the top under your menu and flip this over to USDC and click save. And you're done. Then the software will start trading in USDC. It'll start using the money that's there.
Ed, I think you could also do it at the Coinbase level. In other words, if somebody goes to Coinbase directly, you could just convert that USD into USDC.
Yeah, you have
to do it there.
Okay. Yeah, you have to do it there. Yeah.
Yeah, but you also have to come in here and tell the auto trader, see, if you're sitting here like this and you take all the money out of there, the auto trader is going to think you're broke. The auto trader is not going to automatically switch over.
Gotcha.
You have to go to the exchange preferences screen and click there so that it knows to use that.
Okay, cool. Next question.
Is the 5% return based on what you put on or in the trader or what the trader has used so far? Thanks.
That's a great question. It's what the trader has deployed so far. For example, in my trader, it's out of the 100,000, it's deployed about, I think at last look, it was around 72 to 73,000. So that 5% is actually greater than 5%.
Right. Yeah, that is a good question.
It's a great question, and it's a good time to remind people and articulate that when you put the money in, I'm not going to explain it as good as Mr. Barsano, but when you put $10,000 in and you have a trading window, it's taking your $10,000 and pre-allocating it to those 25 lots, assuming that it's going to drop all the way down there to always keep you in the game. That's the deal.
Right.
If it ever stops trading, and I know we talked about that, if it ever stops trading because it runs out of money, it's only because something has been changed in the default to not allow it to cover.
Something
either raising
changed,
your number.
Maybe you went to Coinbase and bought $40,000 worth of XRP manually, because then you took away money from the auto trader that the software thought it had.
Ron.
And then it kind of, then the software recalibrates with the new money. But to answer your question, you're talking about the 5% a month. That I always look at it. I always calculate it based on the total account value that
there's that side
not
too.
the amount that is invested only. I calculate it based on the total account value.
But there is.
When we talk about it, I think when you talk about it, we're always basing it on the account value you started with.
Your principal.
Yeah. Principal. Right. But it came to my attention probably 3 or 4 weeks ago when somebody said, well, wait a minute, is it based on that or is it based on the amount of money that it's deployed? And I went, good question. And it was not fully utilizing the $100,000.
We don't really even say what the percent is here anywhere in the system. Right. It's only when we're talking.
No, but people like to calculate numbers, like to see what their return is, to see if it's higher than 0.01% in their bank account.
I was actually, after the show tonight, I was actually going to calculate how many times my money's been turned over, right, using the same dollars and creating the same amount of profit. How many times I've done that with the same amount of money, and so how much profit is that in comparison to have a whole nother percentage? Because as you're alluding to, Edward, yes, this is a calculation, but it's only using lot one to make something happen. It plays around, makes a couple trades. Price drops below that lot and picks up another lot. Starts playing ball there, and the reality is it might not use all of those, and it's like you really don't understand. It starts playing in that zone. That's one lot that might be $100, $1,000, or in my case like $1.60. It's going to reuse that $1.60 to get those nickels and dimes and quarters.
I want you to come back. I want you to come back and tell me how many bags of potato chips you sold.
I'm selling chips like daily coffee, the straws. I'm selling everything. There's an add-on. I'm doing add-on sales.
Julie gets the prize of the night for the last question.
Yeah.
Okay, so the last question is for the night: is there an advantage using Coinbase over Kraken or vice versa?
Let me grab that one if you don't mind.
Please, because I have an opinion on it as well.
We all have an opinion on this one.
Yeah, well, Julie, the reason that we find that the majority of the people prefer Coinbase, and we can't recommend either one, but it's just a fact, is three factors. Number one, on Kraken, you only have a choice of USD connecting to the trader. With Coinbase, you have US dollars or USDC, which is a stable coin. And technically speaking, once you're in a crypto or in a stable coin, you really want to try to stay in the stable coin. Why should you? We're in this space for not necessarily needing to go back into fiat. You have a lot of options. Like Ed Barsano says, he puts all his profits on a debit card and spends it like he would spend any other debit card.
Oh, no, I spend it a lot faster and easier. I give bigger tips. I don't even care anymore. Money means nothing, man.
You heard it. Ed's taking us out to dinner.
So the other
tip for Barsano.
the other thing, Julie, is that you will get 4.25% interest on your USDC that's sitting there in Coinbase. If you have Coinbase One, you'll get a tiny bit higher percentage, and you'll also get a 0.25% rebate on your fees, which are lower anyway because the trader is connected to Coinbase Advantage, which is lower fees to begin with. And then the last thing is that Coinbase seems to have a greater choice of coins that you could trade at the end of the day compared to Kraken. So Simon, I don't know if there's anything you want to add on top of that.
Another one that actually a lot of us don't realize are two, and I'm glad you brought up the coins, is depending on the jurisdiction you're in, whether that's here in the within the states or outside. Either way, this rule applies. Certain coins cannot be traded in certain jurisdictions. New York State is one of probably arguably the most restrictive states for coins to be able to operate within that jurisdiction, rather buy and sold, etc. Also, same thing with exchanges. I don't believe in I don't believe in New York. You can use Kraken either. At least it was for a time. I'm in Washington State, and it's only been within the past 12 months that my state has enabled us here in Washington State to be able to have an account at Kraken. Before that, though, we could not use Kraken. So it's really more about where can you play as opposed to why do you want to play there. So there is that variable as well.
Right.
Very cool.
Right.
Great.
Okay, good. We ready for an example?
To me, they're both the same. I don't really care.
You're in a really good
I
state,
don't
though.
care. I mean, the fees are fairly the same, and you got security on both of them. I don't really. A lot of people, like some people say, well, why don't you connect to this exchange or that exchange? I'm like, what's the difference? The auto trader is going to trade the same regardless of which exchange you're at.
Right.
Whichever one you trade at, because I'm not interested in how pretty their screens are.
All right, folks.
I don't really care how the auto traders. I mean, I don't care how pretty Coinbase's screens are and all that kind of stuff. I don't use any of their features.
We appreciate everybody's patience tonight, and we are almost done. We have one last example from Edward. Try to keep it brief, my man. And then
not happening.
And good luck.
You're speaking to Ed. You're speaking to Ed squared. It's not happening. So
Attila's like, I swear.
So first, I wanted to draw your attention to meek and mild and somewhat reserved Mr. Barsano. Let me show you what he really looks like.
Okay.
Simon Bar Sinister, right? Yep.
The Mad Professor. There he is.
Yes.
That's Dr. Jekyll. All right, so let me get serious for at least half a second. All right. Let me bring up the example that I was talking about. All right. So I talked about fact, and this is good. People are going to go, well, this is absurd. Well, this is what actually happened when I was talking about the reference points of Mr. Barsano and first starting this trader in late 2021 and what it's done today.
Yep.
Right. So this example is given the instance of starting with $5,000 and just leaving it, not looking at it daily, not figuring out what it cost you to, 13 cents a day to pay a bunch of traders to be in your, none of that. None of that. This is talking about never touching it for 9 years. Okay. $5,000 example. After 3 years, 5 becomes 10, 10 becomes 20, 20 becomes 30 at the end of the 3-year license period. $40,000. I take your $5,000 out. I take the cost of the trader out. Anything after these equal signs is lost opportunity if you don't own the trader. But let's say at the end, when I threw out if you gave Ed Barsano $1 and he gave you 3 back, how many times would you do that? All of them, right? Go into the second cycle, 6 years. So end of the first 3-year cycle, double, right? 320,000. Take your $5,000 out. Take out both licenses because you had to pay it once and pay it twice. Opportunity lost if you didn't own the trader. 300,000. At the end of 9 years, $2.56 million. Are you going to get that in an IRA? Take your $5,000 out. Take 3 license cycles out. 2.544 million. Now, if you think that's absurd, I don't know why you would, given the fact that in other than third-party validation, but I'm telling you, Mr. Barsano's trader has outperformed that over that period of time. 5x, remember 5x in 4 years. Right?
Yeah.
Comes to $3.19 a day. If you think that's absurd, let's go closer to an Allan Staple model. What if it only did 50%? What if at the end, this is found money? Or as Mr. Barsano says, free money. Free money. Free money. Where else, or we get even more conservative, 2% a month over that period of time. And I can almost assure you, when we go into a bull cycle and these things start spiking, you're not going to believe when you look at your trader and see that it's taking 10, 15, maybe even 20% profit on trades because you're buying it now, buying it low. But let me go back to this example. In either the 50 or 100% example, 9 years is going to pass whether you buy the trader or not. If it's 2% a month or 24% a year or 50% a year or 100% a year, or maybe even more than that, the time's going to pass whether you do it or not.
Yep.
Am I trying to sell you? Am I trying to sell you a trader? No. I'm trying to articulate the facts for you to make your own. I mean, we're all semi-adult, I would assume.
Well, you
right?
lost me. You lost me a little bit when you start talking about 9 years. I'm thinking how old I'm going to be 9 years from now.
well, then let me say this on your behalf. Then, if for someone, I mean, you're going to live forever based on that Simon Bar-Sinister, but let's just say that one or all of us or none of us are here in 9 years. Guess what happens? The trader still keeps making money.
Keep running. My son
for your legacy
for 15 years already. He's never going to stop. You don't conquer the stock market and then stop doing it. No way.
No.
Yeah.
No.
So
I really urge people to look at this as a retirement plan, a business. You're buying a business. And most businesses take 3 to 5 years to become successful. But you can slowly add to your business each year. Well, start small if that's the way you want to do it. Start small and just add what you can each month. And you will become addicted to this because it's printing money, like Ed likes to say. You've got a money tree in the backyard. There you go. Why wouldn't you deal with that? It's so simple to me that like we said earlier in the show, it's difficult for people to wrap their head around simple. Very difficult.
Yep.
Yeah.
So
Well,
with that,
You,
you took the invitation before the invitation came, Mr. Staple. I was going to ask you for last words, so please
Not my-
do, since this is your devoted, focused
those weren't
audience.
his last words.
Right? Well, no. He's
Yeah.
not. He's got more words than that.
Yeah, no. I've tried to be quiet all night. I'm here as
You've
a
done a very
student.
good job, and we got this recorded, so that's proof that
That's
Allan
proof,
Staple
yeah.
cannot speak for an X amount of period of time. I love it.
Yeah. No, I've been enjoying the podcast. It's been enlightening. A few of those questions I didn't know the answers to, and it was good to hear it from you, Ed, for sure.
You're welcome.
I just encourage everybody to come at this at your own pace. But I also really believe that there's too many people behind this project that have been doing it for too long that are here to help you. So it's not like you need oh my, I got to be really good at this. Somebody texted me on the phone the other day and they were asking me, well, I'm not sure that I know how to open it up and turn it on and move the funds. I'm like, that's not a problem either. There's the creator of this would help you do that. We have Simon, we have Edward, and we have Attila, and everybody's here to help you because they know how successful they're going to be. So they don't mind putting their name on it. They don't mind saying, hey, you know what? We're going to be successful alongside of you and with you. Well, let's do it together.
amen to that.
And yeah, it's too much fun.
Yep, it is
Yeah,
too much
is.
fun. And it's too
It's
easy.
too much fun. It's too much fun, man. I
do
wake up. I still wake up at 1, 2, 3 in the morning, and instead of going, oh, what's it doing? I'm like, what it do? What it do? Is that all? Who cares, man? It did something. That's great. What? No, is that the number again? Oh, that's awesome. Okay, I can't sleep. I guess I'm getting up. It's Christmas every morning, at least for this guy, right? I've already been through the ringer, trying to master the market. Ed Barsano gave me a tool to where it masters the market. I can wake up and make a cup of tea and go about my day. Love that.
Love it.
Isn't it nice to be able to buy your time back?
100% agreed, and I am
Awesome
buying
life,
it fiercely. Yep.
Well, Edward, I
Fiercely.
know you were going to ask me for my final comment, so I'll beat you to the punch. So I'm going to
Mr.
end
Barsano, did you have anything that you wanted to say?
Wow, man.
That's right. You go after me until
No. That was me being funny, rude with my friend, Mr. Attila Hevesy. Please give your final words.
That's what you hear when Edward's running out of bad dad jokes. He does that. So
Yeah.
No,
Right.
he's worried that you're gonna forget what you were gonna say.
There's no bottom to the bad dad jokes, I don't think.
no, you're right. You're right.
Yeah.
But anyway, this is the way I think of this. So we only have so many hours in the day to work and create income for ourselves. Okay.
Agreed.
We could only work so hard, put in so much elbow grease. Once we earn the money, with TradFi, traditional finance anyway, your money is unemployed. So I feel it's our responsibility to ourselves and our families to give our monies a job. We got to put our money to work, like Mr. Buffett said. Warren Buffett said, if you're not making money while you sleep, you're going to work till you die. So in my humble opinion, after knowing Mr. Barsano 13 years and seeing thousands of people in the past with the stock trader and now with the crypto trader, I can say there's no better way to employ your money and give your money a job 24/7 than this trader. Literally no screen time, set it and forget it, 25-year track record, 24 to 100% a year. Boom, end of story. It just flat out works. This thing rocks. So that's it for me tonight. Ed, great to see you again. Allan, great to see you, and Simon always. Edward,
Pleasure.
Yeah, I'll let you and Ed finish up.
Mr. Barsano, and just for clarification, was that Warren Buffett or Jimmy Buffett?
I love them both. Yeah.
Well, following up what actually, Attila, what you just said, I wrote the easiest because when you were talking about, investing in the crypto market, a lot of people are just thinking it's so hard. And before I automated the crypto market in 2021, a few months before I did it, I went ahead and bought some coins on I tried to buy some baby Doge. If anybody tries to buy baby Doge, good luck. I had to open a Binance account, and then I had to open up a trade wallet. Then I had to go to do something open up Pancake Swap, and yeah, literally, I went absolutely bananas. And
Welcome to
by the
the
time
early
I got
days.
done with all the charges and everything and all the mistakes I was making, because Binance doesn't use U.S. dollars, they use BNB. Sorry, you put it in the wrong currency. Now you got to go back and start over. Sell the U.S. dollar, go back and buy the BNB, and by the time I got done with that, I paid double for that coin of what I wanted to pay. I mean, the whole thing, instead of buying $20,000 worth, I think it cost me 40,000. It was just a disaster. And the whole time I'm doing it, I'm thinking, the public can't do this. This is crazy, man. So that's why when I created GoBabyTrade, I made it so easy. You just open up your Coinbase account, we create the API, connect it to there, and we're done, man.
Yep.
Just fund your account and you're done. I made it so easy for people. You know what I mean?
Cheating.
So, I'm just telling you, man, I've reduced the crypto market to its easiest form, its simplest form. You can't do it any easier than this. We don't have to worry about anything. It's such a joke, the market. To me, I always say that I can't help it. It's just an insult to humanity. The whole crypto space. It's like what an opportunity. And I heard a few days ago I was watching TV and they said $391 billion of Bitcoin got sold or something, and I'm like, who bought it? Because if you're selling it, somebody's buying it. And who's that? Donald Trump? The whales, the wealthy, they're loading up on the bottom here, man. They're trying to corner the crypto market. And I actually, over the last 4 years, I've been watching them, and I'm like, they're succeeding at it. The
They are.
public the public is dumping everything. They're so afraid because the coins are going lower, and they don't. And people call me and say, "Should I stop my auto trader from trading because the coins are going lower?" I'm like, "No, I'm not even an investment advisor, and I'm telling them no. You gotta, man, let that thing load up at the bottom, man, because that's the biggest money you're gonna make is what you're buying at the bottom. I mean, like buying Microsoft right now at $500." You're not going to make as much money as you would have made if you would have loaded up at 30. So the bottom is where you want to be. That's where the rich get richer.
Amen.
And
That's
so,
right.
all I can say is you can't own at this stage of the game, considering where the market is and looking at the last 6 months, the whales after that crypto summit in the White House, once they knew this is real, we're going to make this happen. We're going to remove all the regulations. We're going to bring the banks into the fold so that they're not going to be the enemy. We're going to let them store crypto. So,
Yep.
once I can see all that happening over the last 6 months, and I'm like, man, they're doing everything you need to do to make this market rock. And then what have they been doing the whole 6 months? Driving these coins into the ground, man, and getting everybody to dump their shares. Millions of people are just bailing, and we're loading up like crazy at the right time, at the right prices. So that's what I'm
Amen.
saying. You can't own, and I'm not being a salesman here. I can't help myself. You can't own enough crypto. You just can't. You got to get in and let the game begin.
Yep.
And so your auto trader can load up. I don't
Yep.
don't wait until the market takes off
All right,
next
Ed.
February or March. You don't own any shares.
We need the salute, Ed.
Go Navy. I always say go Navy.
All right. Well, I would personally like to thank everybody. Allan, so good to see you. Thank you for
Yeah, I
for
didn't think, Alan, usually that's one of the things I like to do is I appreciate you letting us speak to your audience, the people that listen to you. I appreciate that. And we're all in this together, I love it. I love what we're doing here together. I think it's great,
well,
and a lot of people are going to really super benefit from this.
It's going to
we're
be a
all
lot of
blessed.
fun.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we're all blessed to have the opportunity to benefit from your decades and decades of work, Mr. Barsano. Thank you.
Oh, by the way,
We
I already
are.
bought my plane ticket and my hotel room for next January.
Where are
I
you going
love
in
it.
January?
I'm going to the crypto summit that Alan's putting together. Are you guys going to talk about that or wait until later?
Wait till later. We're going to
All
have
right.
too much fun.
I'm
I think-
excited.
Well,
Yeah, you're just you're the hors d'oeuvre there. We have a whole platter for everybody. It's going to be a blast. It's going to be wait
Yep.
till you see.
Yep.
I think you're going to get
It's
some
gonna be
stuff
fun.
out of this as well, Ed. Yeah.
Oh, I'm just love to go and meet with a lot of people that are all like-minded. You know what I mean?
yep. And
Yeah,
guess
we're all on
guess,
the same
guess who
page.
else we just got confirmation is going to be there? Crypto Casey.
Well, right on.
Very.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Fantastic. That'll be
Yep.
fun too.
Well, I
Right.
cannot wait. Cannot wait. What a great Christmas present. A little late, but still great. I just want to say
Awesome.
thank you to everybody. Simon, Attila, Alan, Ed, and everybody that has joined us. Thank you so much for taking the opportunity, taking the time out of your day. You're investing your very valuable time to listen to us be silly, but then also give you hopefully quality communication on how you can serve and grow a legacy for your children's children. So with that, we're here every 2 weeks. That would be the next date is
December 1st.
December 1st. December 1st. You can use the same link that you use for registering tonight, and we'll see you then.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Good night, everybody. Thank
Oh,
you.
thank
That's
you.
right. Happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Thank you, gentlemen.
Bye-bye.
Cheers.